Hello, everyone. We're reporting live from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm Women's Grandmaster Sabina Foisor, joined by my wonderful co-host, FIDE Master Gauri Shankar.
Hi, everybody.
We're very excited to be doing commentary for the final 3 rounds of these middle game championships.
Sabina, you said middle game.
Middle game?
Middle school.
Middle school championships.
And after this, we'll cover the opening championships and the end championships.
Yes.
Okay.
Middle game is my favorite. Let's hope we are not going to deal with any opening things. This definitely needs to be clipped. It's going to go to one of our
Okay, let's go to the games, everybody.
Yes.
And we're going to start with the board 1. Eric Chang Liu versus Anjanaya Rao. And we have a French defense.
Yes, and I was asking you before we cut off, and we're restarting
We had
again.
a little technical difficulties earlier, but we should be good now.
How do you feel about the French defense, Gauri?
I not a big fan of it, but I think it's because when people don't like something, it's because people don't understand it. Mm-hmm. So I'm open-minded.
Mm-hmm. So
Even
you're
Magnus
willing
is playing French now. Everyone's playing French, and if you don't like them, you join them. That's what they say.
Okay.
So if you don't like an opening, like London system, I don't like London system, but everyone started playing it, so I started playing it myself. Mm-hmm. Then I can see like how do they play against me. So you get the whole story.
I see.
So if you don't like something, try to maybe it's a sign that you should explore that.
All right. So you guys, if anyone who's watching is going to prepare against Gauri, get ready because he's definitely studying the French. That is an opening he might consider playing. This line.
Okay, so we have the main line, knight c3. This is the principal way to play against the French because you don't want to take and open up the bishop, and you don't want to push, which gives black that c5 move. So white tries to keep the tension and only play e5 once the knight's on f6, because after e5 you get a tempo on the knight. So most openings you try to extract as much advantage as you can with each move. So the knight on d7 is a little bit cramped because usually in the advanced variations this knight can come to f5 and pressure the c pawn. So
And
the
sometimes
d pawn,
to
right?
g6 it goes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the idea of this opening for white. Black is, however, still very happy to have this because French players love closed positions, and we have a very closed-ish position. Also, this structure reminds me of a lot of Sicilian, actually, after c5, right? Some of the Sicilian kind of positions happen in these lines.
Sicilian and with a6.
Absolutely.
Sure.
So still there following theory. a6, not so sure. I guess still some sort of theoretical move. Maybe there's a reason why black doesn't want to play this because maybe the bishop will move again. Mm-hmm. So black's trying to save a move on a6, also preventing any sort of like b5 stuff a little bit. But in general, it's a useful move to play a6, right?
I think in these lines where white doesn't play c3, you play a6 to go b5 and try to get more space on that side of the board because white got f4 in.
Exactly.
So they're ready to play f5, and then if you don't rush on the queen side, you might be in trouble.
Exactly.
So typically they try to improve it that way, but...
That's right. So queen d2, and white is still deciding where to castle. Usually white castles kingside, but I have seen lines where white takes on c5 and then castles. Because if you castle without taking, black plays c4, and then white is like in big trouble.
Exactly.
Because the pawn storm is so fast. So white usually takes on c5 first, which slows down black's play a little bit, I guess. But mostly, if I were white, I would castle kingside here. So b5 played. So this must be a kind of a new development in this line. a3. And this is the current position. Yeah, it's very complicated. White should be slightly better. We don't have the engine on, but there's the eval bar.
Yes.
So it's showing 0.4. I'm not sure how trustworthy that is, but it is pretty trustworthy overall. So white is slightly better. But even optically, it feels like, white is more space. And generally speaking, this is an advantage over the e6, d5
I agree.
structure. Okay. We'll wait for more developments in this game. I think we should move on to the second board.
Second board is Ethan Guo from California, 2291, playing against Nikash Vemparov from...
2 title players.
Yes.
Candidate master. And, okay, let's start from the beginning. We have a Spanish opening.
Spanish.
And knight g7, I think this is called the Cozio defense, is that right?
Yes. I believe there's
Cozio.
a choosable course by Grandmaster Lamy.
Okay.
In it, for those of you who are interested. This is actually an interesting line. I played it myself with black. The point is you make sure you don't get your pawns doubled, and then you want to play g6, bishop g7. but
everything has a cost. The
Yes.
cost of this one is that the bishop is blocked, and the knight naturally wants to be on f6 to hit the pawn. So probably this allows white to get the center pretty
yes.
easily. However, it's a different position. Definitely not the main move for a reason. But it's a different position.
People try these days to kind of get out of the main lines and just develop new main lines in other kinds of openings. So I think this is becoming a bit more popular these days. But knight c3, actually, I was not familiar with that move.
Yeah, it's different. This is kind of weird. Usually the 4 knights with the knight on f6, right? Now it's like 4 knights, but this knight accidentally went from here to here.
Yeah, which might be better though, because it will potentially go to f4 at some point for an attack, or knight h4. Who knows?
It's different. I would not say better, right? Can't be. Otherwise, it's for the main line, right?
And they usually say those f6, c6 squares, f3, c3 for white are the best development squares for the knight. But who knows? I guess with white now you have to think, how are you going to deal with that knight in g6? You want to find some ways to chase it away.
I wonder if d4 was the critical move here, because just to attack the center as soon as possible. We can't forget that we're still attacking the knight, so this pawn is still under pressure. So after castle, bishop c5, now d4 is very hard to play. So maybe this is what black wanted. Black got what he wanted from the opening. d3, castle, bishop e3. So white's playing this really, really safe with bishop e3. It's kind of a trade move, right? Just trying to trade everything. And the eval bar doesn't like it. It looks a little bit innocuous. However, it doesn't look horrible. There might be a reason, a tactical reason. I don't think it's because of bishop e3, because that's kind of what white wants in this position, because then the knight is kind of nullified, the file's open. Is there a tactic or something related to knight d4 in these positions? I wonder. Is there something like knight d4?
Knight d4. Can we just move the bishop?
Yeah,
c4.
absolutely. So let's play on the board.
Yeah.
Right here. And then bishop.
Or wait, can I? No. Oh, I was about to say, can I take an e5? And then I realized, wait, the knight.
Yeah, the knight's
g6,
exactly. You can't forget the knight's there. So this is the critical move, it seems like. And then you can't take with the knight because of the fork. And generally, I don't think you want to. I mean, you could take with the bishop, but it's a really strange position, right? Like takes.
Pawn
takes, knight e2. It looks like you're putting pressure on this d pawn, but this bishop is kind of out of place. There's c6s, right? Not sure. Very complicated position.
I like black's position here.
Yeah, the bishop is being hunted down a little bit, right? Like goes here. Yeah, here maybe everywhere. Probably some b5 is coming, right?
b5.
Yeah,
a5.
b5 and like okay.
Even
Not
d5
sure.
actually.
d5.
d5. What do you think? Just to kind of, but I guess d4 will be weak later. I'm just thinking.
With some pin ideas, it might be very tactical, like d5, and then chop chop back bishop g4.
Yes.
Even though the pawn structure is horrible, look at the play that black has.
Yeah.
That's a lot of play.
I agree.
Because we don't have time to do this. So knight g3, knight e5, knight h4, right? Oh my goodness. Yeah, this could
We're liking black's position.
This can get really bad really fast. So I think knight e4 was the critical move. Was that played? The current position
I think
after bishop e3, black played bishop b6. Did not go for the complicated knight d4.
Maybe white has something.
Like bishop c4, just move the bishop.
c4, c6.
However, isn't it good to have a knight on
Of course.
d4 and then maybe d6?
I was thinking c6, but you on d6?
Oh, c6. Okay, that's interesting.
I just want to chase the bishop away, maybe get a bit more space with d5.
d6 is very quick though, because we're trying to get the bishop to g4, and then the same ideas apply as before, right? Takes here, bishop g4. I think this is still pretty annoying.
Knight g3 and h3 though, you gotta be. Oh, but knight g3, knight e5, or knight h4.
Maybe white's okay, but it seems like there's some tricky stuff going on here. So d6 is possible. c6 also seems like a interesting move here. Yeah, very ambitious, right? So
yeah, that's the point of this defense, that you're trying to get eventually something in the center without actually allowing your pawns to be doubled in c6, I think.
Yeah, so anyway, black played bishop b6, and position is fairly normal. And I guess we'll come back to this.
Yes.
Let's move on to board 3.
Board 3, we have Will Morehouse from Virginia, 2162, playing against Isaac Wang
All
from
right.
California, 2326. Both of these players are on 3.5.
Strong players. Okay. So black is the rating favorite by a couple of hundred points.
Yeah, I
However-
actually do like to see that some of the top players in their, age category and grade schools, I would say they're here. That's nice to see because, sometimes when you get a certain rating, you might consider not playing these tournaments. But I think it is important to kind of build up on your maybe psychology and
I see. Yeah. Some people skip once you get to that level, they might just play adult only events. Some people play
Right,
nationals.
but
Yeah, they're
but
both good
sometimes you want to
choices.
show that,
Sure.
and it might be good for later. You can qualify for. I think this tournament qualifies for the cadet championships, if I'm not mistaken, and also, of course, they come with their schools, right? For
The team
those of you who
trophies,
don't
right?
know,
There's
yeah,
another
they're-
reason to play this as well.
you can play for your team, for your school, and
Do they pick the top 3 or 4
I think
students?
four, top four.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had a question, Sabina.
Yes.
What was your rating when you were in 8th grade?
Eighth
7th
grade, so I was 15 for 6. Yeah, I think I was maybe like 2200 FIDE. So I
pretty
wouldn't
good.
know. I wouldn't know USCF because, yeah, I got around 2000 FIDE when I was 12, I think. So it's quite early. At the time, it wasn't easy because you had to be 2000 to actually have a FIDE
Yeah.
rating. So if you're dropping below that, you were disappearing from the list.
Yeah.
But now everyone can have a FIDE rating, and in a way it's nice, but in a way it does create some kind of confusion. And then, national federations have their own ratings
Rating,
too.
right. But it's about the same. Like, let's say you would take 100 points FIDE, and
Yeah.
so you're 2200. But back then, 2200, do you think that the 2200 now is better than the 2200 back then?
I'm not sure. It's tricky.
I think so.
You think
In
it's
terms
better?
of level, everyone's better, yeah.
I don't know. Well, my rating dropped, so maybe they are really better. The kids are really, really tough to play against.
I think I was around the
But-
same rating level for 8th grade, pretty much.
Yeah. But what I think it's important for people to get, especially kids and the parents, there's a lot of emphasis on focus on the importance of rating, and if they don't see that rating going up for a period of time, they have this tendency of thinking, oh, something is not right with my coach, maybe we need to change the coach, or
right.
maybe and I think it's very important for them to understand that there's a stagnation period and there's an accumulation period. And I believe that, for some kids, it can last a longer period of time. But as long as
okay.
you do a disciplined work and you spend time every day a little bit to kind of, work on chess, work on the things that you're struggling with, just try to improve to get better. Look at your improvement over time and how your play is, and don't just focus on the rating as much. That would be my advice.
So don't chase the rating, let the rating chase you.
Sure.
Right? Sure. Okay. I guess that's the okay, let's go back to this game.
Let's go back
We
to
have
it.
a Sicilian opening. Open Sicilian, I believe. Oh, I take that back. It's not open Sicilian because white, instead of playing
Ooh, B3.
B4, played B3. This is,
I think we've seen Will at some other competitions, didn't we? It's the name.
I believe so, yes. So B3 is not a main line. We're seeing this more and more. Younger kids experimenting more and more. It wasn't like this before. I think kids are now preparing before the round, even looking up games of their competitors. They're like making up openings even 10 minutes before. They're like, today I'll play knight f3 on the first move.
They're learning from Magnus.
Aiden from last. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, a lot of kids are just preparing their openings and deciding to experiment, which is great because I think that playing different stuff does expand your experience and make you a better player overall. Even though temporarily it might be a hit or miss. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think it also develops creativity when you try out different things and you're not afraid to try to understand new things.
Yes.
You can be better actually at other stuff. Actually, B3, I've played against this line myself when I used to play the Sicilian, and I found it very uncomfortable for black because you get to, okay, not C4 there, but C4 is a bit surprising to me. I'm not sure I like that move.
Was it D4.
No, just bishop
Bishop
B2.
B2, Bishop B7. How do you
And knight
protect
C3, I think I've seen stuff like that.
like that?
Yeah. And the point is that you might consider actually even long castle.
Okay.
And
But what do we play D4 at some point?
it depends what you do. If you go with D5, maybe I'll take in D4. And that way I make sure, you know, if you want to put it on the board, if D5, capture.
There might be some Bishop B5 check stuff now.
Oh, that's
Really
even
quick.
worse.
And then,
Yeah.
some issues, yeah.
But even the pawn structure, even if you don't have that, just D4, and I think after that you get hanging pawns
I see.
for them. And so you can't go D5 and then... you
Yeah.
know.
I don't like B6 for black because it feels like black should be focusing on the center, you know, the pieces over here. But maybe it's okay. It just feels a little bit risky. But anyway, white plays C4, doesn't really try to
Yeah, I
punish.
think bishop B2 for sure to put pressure on G7 so that you're restricted with your development a
And
bit.
D6, okay. Engine doesn't like that. It probably
don't
wants to be more
understand.
ambitious, but it doesn't look too bad. Black is choosing a more, like a little bit passive but solid setup, right? I think it's called the maybe hedgehog. We might see something hedgehog. G3. Okay, so I think it's both players are really experimenting here. with,
Clearly.
their setup. Okay, double fee and Keto, and knight f6, G2. That's not a pawn sack,
There's
is
a
it?
trap about it. Can you show it? Because I don't see it yet. Maybe you just moved the...
So knight takes e4. Is it because when the
Yeah,
bishop
knight
leaves,
takes.
the rook is trapped, right? So what is the big deal
What is
here?
the trap? I
Yeah.
don't see it.
Oh, but that happened though in the game.
Oh, okay, so let's find out.
So black's like, you know what? Show me the money, right? Take.
I think it's just
So
a
there is no.
gambit.
It's just a gambit.
Okay.
All
Just
right.
trying to take advantage of the e-file. Probably he's gonna castle soon or something.
This is an exciting position because white has the lead in development. Black has the extra center pawn, which is center pawns are very valuable.
$1, yeah, I remember it.
More than $1.
More
Remember
than $1?
this?
Oh, sorry.
yeah. Let me
Wait.
introduce you to my pawn theory.
Yes, all right. Let's hear the
Class
pawn
is in
theory.
session. So pawns are worth 1, but these ones are not worth 1. Or at least relative to these ones, right?
Yeah.
So these ones will be like, I don't know, this one's will be like 70 cents, 80 cents, 90 cents, $1.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, okay. But like
That's what I
we can
remember.
add more.
Oh, you can make
We
them
can make it
value
different,
more
but
than
yeah,
$1.
Just to compare. So this is a very important pawn, right? You can even say it's 1.2, 1.3 if you want to, look at
Okay.
it that way. So that's why, if white doesn't do anything quickly, it can be bad
It's a
in the long
valuable
run.
pawn.
Yes.
Yeah, because usually the way you get more space, you get it in the center. You push central pawns, right? That's how you came up with the idea because you thought
Yeah, you
you're
lose
gonna
control of
push-
the center. Yeah.
so you're losing. That's why you're losing such a valuable material. But white probably has in mind some castling, queen e2, rook e1,
Yeah, we'll see.
d4.
Yeah.
And he wants to take advantage of the fact that bishop in b2 stops
Yeah,
black.
this is the biggest asset that white has because how do you castle if you can't even play bishop e7, right? So that is the biggest asset. We'll see if we'll do something with that. But let's go to the board 4.
Also, let us know where you're watching from if you have someone
Yeah,
who's
on Twitch.
watching.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell us where you're watching from. Thank you for being here. And also in the audience, if you have any questions, you can ask us as well. We have a couple of people here.
Or if you have someone
Yeah.
who plays a specific game, you know it's live, we can definitely
yeah.
check it out. We're taking it right now in the order, but we're happy to
Yes.
switch around
Yes.
and look at that specific game if it is live only. That's what we do here.
Oh, we have someone in the chat, Renga87. Hi, Renga. I know Renga. I owe you dinner. Is that true, Sabina?
Guess you still owe me from 2 years ago.
They remember that? How do you remember that?
They've been watching us
You
for
have
a
the
long
receipts,
time.
Renga.
There was that Indian food. Remember that good Indian food first
Okay.
time I met?
Okay.
But it's okay. It's okay. It's long past due. After that,
There should be a
Gauri,
statute of limitations.
Gauri
on
decided.
how much on
Gauri
food.
was able to raise money, and we had a match. He totally destroyed me. But don't worry, I'll get him back eventually.
Okay, Nux wants us to look
Board
at board
19.
19. You know what? Let's do that then.
Board 19 is actually the under 900 section.
Under
It's
900 section,
first
okay.
board.
Okay.
And the players, let's check where they're from. So Rozo Alexander is from Minnesota.
Minnesota, all right?
And Munib Piracha from New York.
New York. Okay, let's take a look at this game. This is the under 900 section. We have one board live from that section, so we're gonna focus on this. Yeah, well, London system. The
Your
infamous
favorite.
infamous London system. Okay. E3, bishop f5. So black is copying the same London system format. And I usually like to play c4 when I see black play bishop f5 because when you play bishop f5, your b7 pawn becomes undefended. So I want to go queen b3 to put pressure on the pawn. And if black plays b6, then the knight can't go to c6 that easily. There's always some tactics where they can't really block that as well. In general, it's a good idea. So I like to play for c4. Oh, pardon me. I like to play for c4. I think
love
white
that
does
idea. I
do
do
that
that
in this
too.
game. Yeah, so knight
Yeah.
f3 and c4. It's actually interesting. There are some weird lines where in this position, Sabina, there is this move, bishop takes b1. What would you play here? Bishop takes b1. It's a weird line.
Don't you take it back or
Yeah, with what?
I don't know, queen?
Queen?
I don't know.
No, just tell me.
I don't know. Rook. I
Okay,
will
rook.
take it back
Okay,
with
then
the...
bishop b4 check.
Okay, king e2. Or no,
King
knight
e2.
d2,
Okay,
knight
yeah,
d2.
but knight e2, knight e4, game over, right?
Well, I was gonna play king e2.
King
but
e2, are you bomb
just-
clouding? This, see, this,
That's the best move.
I understand it's the best one, but does this look natural to you?
No.
The engine thinks it's okay, and some GMs have played like this, but I don't think as a human you want to have this position.
So what do you do? Queen a4 check first? You give queen a4 check, and then you take in b1?
That's a good question. I'm trying to remember. I think the line is actually, there's some weird Magnus game, I believe, where he goes king d1, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but
and
then...
he tries to bring the king back with the bishop out. Again, strange position, right? Strange position.
94, I think you have to still be careful here.
Yeah. I agree. I'm not sure if I'm remembering this correctly, but 94. Wow. I don't know what the move is here is. Maybe it's queen c2 back, or there might be something else. Yeah, it's a very weird position to handle. Apparently 94 might be hit later with bishop d3, so maybe it's not a good move. What a strange position though, right?
It is.
So this is definitely something to watch out for. As if you don't want to allow this, you can always play bishop d3 first and then go for c4 later. Or actually, playing c4 here prevents this because the bishop can't come to
yes.
here. So
And if
that,
they go e6, queen b3.
perhaps queen b3, and we can prevent this whole business from happening. So that's one move order importance. Every move order like really matters sometimes, right?
Yeah, especially in this.
Yeah,
this
so bishop
one.
e1 was a possibility. Black could have tried this. I would have tried this. Practically, it feels very dangerous to chop and play bishop to b4 check. Anyway, in the game, black played c5, which is a very tense move. There's a lot of tension here. And white plays knight c3. It's a natural move. And then we have knight bd7. It's not as common as knight c6. Bishop d3, bishop g6. Again, queen b3 was interesting. And okay, so when there's tension here, usually the first person to take on d5 is like better, right? So, but for some reason, both players are like, I don't want to deal with that. You go first. No, you hang up. It's like, you go first. But it seems like none of them want to break the tension. So I guess white is just castling and waiting. But there's definitely opportunity here. Sometimes you take first and then you can give the opponent an isolated pawn. So let me explain that, right? So here, for example, you take on d5 first. Then they take with the pawn.
Yes.
And then you take on c5. And what happens is now this pawn is an isolated pawn. And that's a long-term weakness for black. And now how do they recapture? Because
Knight
c5, that might be even check, right? I'm not sure if check is a interesting option. So
Maybe
now you can see that it's overloaded because they had to defend the pawn, and there's a check, and actually black is already in big trouble. So I think white should have used this opportunity to start to clarify the situation in the center. The first person to take does get the advantage. So black should have clarified first. So same thing as for black. Instead of CD5, it will be CD4, right?
Yes.
So CD4, ED4, and now DC4.
Exactly.
And then this, or even first take in DC4. I think it's interesting. Maybe taking and then
Probably
DC4 is interesting. This is fine too
you
because
usually want to trade minor pieces though.
Exactly.
When you're playing against an
exactly.
isolated
So this is also possible. And then DC4. And okay, white is still okay. However, the IQP position is there. But since the knight is over here and black has a castle, white probably has a chance to get rid of the IQP with the D5. So like, I don't know, this move.
That's
then
why maybe they play knight
maybe
b6
d5.
first. or
Yeah, this
something.
is classic stuff, right? So white is fine here. But white does not want to play some wasteful moves. If you do something weird like this and just play some automatic robotic moves, then black plays like this, and then suddenly black is almost better now because they're taking over. So, but white can play d5. Anyway, in the game, black played this. They're not releasing the tension, and white is also not taking advantage of the tension.
Yeah, I don't think that's like really a blunder.
It's a miss according to the computer.
Yeah, because they have to get the
They are better
isolated
moves,
pawn.
right? So white is lost a little bit of advantage because black castled. So no blunders, but some positional opportunities were missed. Oh my goodness. This goes against my pawn theory, right?
Yes.
Black just made that 90-cent pawn into an 80-cent pawn. He just lost 10 cents. That's a bad investment. But black had the opportunity to make the 70 cents into turn into 80 cents. Free 10 cents.
That would
You see
have been
this pawn was only controlling one square. Now it controls 2 squares. And that's a pretty important square.
That's right.
And also, this is called, I have this pawn island theory as well. Remember that? Mm-hmm. You want to have your pawns in an island. The less split apart your pawns are, the better your positionally speaking. So when you take with the F pawn, your E pawn is now a backward pawn, and you split your pawns into 2, I guess, islands, and I anticipate more islands forming because there's going to be more trades.
Captures, yes.
So black might have 3 pawn islands, and yeah, this is not good. Also, the king is more vulnerable now too. So what did black get in return for this? An open, half-open file, but that's not really. You can't really take advantage of it too much. So the gain is very limited, I guess. Anyway, so that's an instructive moment for people watching. Just don't. In general, like 90% of the time, I think you capture toward the center. There are some exceptional cases if with the center pawns, because sometimes the center pawns block your bishops. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to the corner pawns, it's 90%. I think you take toward the center rather than away from the center.
And you also make that, luft for the king in h7. That's a bit safer.
Yes.
Then if you take with the f pawn, you usually open up the diagonal as well. So.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
So are we? No, we're not there yet. Queen b3, knight b6. Yeah, once again, there's some tension with the pawns that both players are missing. Okay.
Lots of queen moves.
Oh, the queen might get a little uncomfortable here, right?
It probably should go back to b3.
Yeah. So yeah, queen b5. I'm not sure where it's going.
Maybe he was just trying to attract a6. He thought that would be a weakening for black, but it could actually just be a nice idea.
So white's still better. Not anymore apparently, but before white was better, and something must have been done with these pawns. Absolutely. So we'll see. Let's go to a different game.
Yes, we actually have a request for board 1 in the under 1400 section. That's number 17. And we have David Culbertson from Texas playing against Joshua Berumen also from Texas. They may be or may not be friends. We don't know. So let's catch up with their game.
Okay. So we have another French defense.
And looks like it's a French day.
Exchange variation of French defense.
We should do like a match, Gauri, where we just play some openings that we are unfamiliar with and unsure about, because we talked so much about the need and the importance of developing and getting better.
Actually,
right?
on my stream, I play all the openings. If anyone says an opening, I usually play it. Mm-hmm. So I'm already used to this. I've been playing.
Well, but it's just like, it's kind of like you should just do it like picking it from a ball. Like you just throw different openings into the ball, like things that you don't like. And then you pick one randomly, so you won't know. But then you play a match, not just one game.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay.
And then this is how you can learn. And actually, this is a nice recommendation for people who are trying to learn an opening. Don't just study your lines a million times and memorize them. Try to play them, because when you study them and when you play them, it's totally different, right? You kind of start noticing more things. You start asking more questions when you're playing. Okay. Or is that something you feel yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. Ideally both, but I guess when I experiment, I'm just playing it. But yes,
True.
ideally both.
But
Absolutely.
I just have noticed, so obviously there are some differences between, when I teach girls and boys, I can notice some differences. And I notice that girls, from my students at least, they have the tendency of
Stick to
being
the
more.
same, right?
Not that. They have the tendency of being more scared about specific moves. Whereas, like, and then they're too shy to tell their coaches that they don't like it.
Oh.
I've had some girls tell me that, their coach, they had like a male coach before, and they would tell them and they would just kind of joke about it. And I think it's a kind of a cultural thing that has to change. I think it's very important for the coach to make their students feel comfortable and understand, and not expect that they would understand everything and just be ready to play it. So I've noticed girls do like the confidence, and in order to build that, when they play, they start actually noticing more things than when they do it in analysis. That was my own experience. I don't know if you've had something like that you thought about, but I can tell you from my own, because I'm like that too. I used to ask my coaches all the time, but what do I do here? And those questions always came before the game or during the game. I never had those questions about the opening, while studying it. So that's why I always recommend people experience, play it, study it, and then play it. Because when you play it, new ideas come to mind. Something your opponent might do might trigger, something that would just...
Yeah, no, you ask more questions.
it's just like, because otherwise you just memorize it. And we want to develop to be better. We don't want to be like robots. We want to be, just creative, and you can do that by actually playing the opening. So anyways,
Yeah.
but it's the exchange variation. So
Yeah, we have the
This
same
one's
race
kinda-
with C4. Well, C4 is, I think, the new trend.
yes,
This
it makes
also,
sense.
a lot of this opening reminds me of Petrov opening as well, because
True.
after knight f6 it transposes. So C4 is trying to make it a little bit more dynamic. Mm-hmm. Knight f6, knight c3. So this is a new trend. White plays these kind of equal openings, but tries to do a little bit more, and then hopefully that's enough for an edge. C5. Okay, so really trying to change up the idea here. I think in the candidates tournament there was some structures like this that I
Yes.
saw. I think Hikaru played white one game in this kind of structure. He was playing white against, I don't remember.
Black actually can do something similar in like a Sicilian with e6, a close Sicilian, the one with e6, d5, takes 6, and then c4 later.
Absolutely.
And you're just kind of getting some...
Okay, so white got some space, and now they're developing.
b6 is something the black should consider playing at some point,
Yeah.
in my opinion. I don't know when, but the sooner the better.
Yeah, okay, so we have some more moves. B6 is played, okay. Classic move. And now we have B4, and then knight BD7. Uh-oh. So,
Ooh, can we play the typical?
Just
Pause
a-
the video if you're... Oh,
sorry, I spoiled it for you.
you
Okay.
spoiled it. I'm
Okay.
just... No.
So there's some trick with B5, takes C6.
This is one of those very typical ideas. 4 pawns.
Yeah.
It might not be the move, but
It's
I'm
interesting
just,
to consider,
I'm just
yeah.
thinking that could be...
Yeah, it's very interesting.
That
So that's
could
one
work.
idea. There might be other ideas too, right? Such as...
Queen a4, and if b5, maybe sacrificing a piece.
Wow, you want to sack a piece.
Yes, they're not my pieces. Let's go, Gauri.
I don't
No?
know, but we can
No?
try.
We can try.
You surprised me before with these kind of sacrifices.
Might not be
Yeah,
good.
no.
I don't know. So actually, I think Caden told me that the eval bar is
The liar.
no,
it's not liar.
is Stockfish 16, but then at the beginning, but then it goes into Stockfish 11 or something. I don't know.
Okay.
There's something.
We don't have to trust it.
So we can't trust it. It just looks nice there.
Okay.
So everyone can see.
By the
it
way, it's
approximately.
either sacking or there's also this move, Queen. Am I trapping him on Queen, or
Queen
is Queen
A6.
A6 a move? It's hard to say, right?
Queen a6, rook c8.
But you know what? Let's try. Let's first try your idea.
Okay, so I wanted knight sack.
I sack.
And bishops takes. Maybe I should have gone bishop and then knight. No,
It's possible, but these pawns are slower.
It's just
they're
c6,
not-
c7
yeah,
is my
it's
strength.
dangerous. Yeah. Interesting. It's interesting. Yeah, definitely. So how do you deal with c6?
I don't think you can. Maybe a6.
Maybe a6. Maybe queen c7. That.
So
It's a little
if you go,
suspicious.
so let's see. So if you go a6, I have this line in mind. A6 bishop. Can we take bishop takes d7 and then c7? No, because he takes with the knight and then knight b6. Maybe a6 bishop c7.
Just bishop takes a6, perhaps. Why not queen c7? Just holding the fort, right?
Yeah.
I just need 2 moves to castle.
So c6, knight b6.
Yeah.
And I don't have time for bishop f4.
What about g3 is weird. I think the right move after g3 is g5. I'm not even kidding.
h4. Let's go.
Yeah, but then I'm just gonna h4 feels too much.
Too much?
Weird. Yeah. It's crazy though. Yeah, it's playable. This is crazy stuff.
Okay, the bar doesn't go down.
It's
too
crazy
much.
stuff.
That's good.
Yeah.
We're still in the.
So the best thing to do is when this position in the in the olden times in the books they will say unclear.
Yeah.
It's an infinity sign, I think. Like
Yeah. Actually,
unclear position.
You know what I thought about that sign? I would put it all the time when I didn't feel like evaluating the position.
Yeah,
so when I was done with it, it's just unclear.
Yeah, yes. But I think queen a6 is interesting. Yeah, putting pressure here. Maybe we can get away with this. This a4 can be really good.
Because the knight in d7 blocks the bishop going back to c8 and so or d7. Maybe okay. So what move could the engine expect after this?
So we have a move. White played bishop f4, which is a very normal move.
Yeah.
Not too like ambitious with queen here and queen here. So white is better because of the queenside space. Black hasn't really started to undermine it fully, and black hasn't castled. I believe. Yeah, maybe bishop e6. I'm not sure about here. Like in this position, I don't think bishop e6 was maybe not the best. And black should have probably focused on castling.
I think b6. h6. Yeah, it's just a loss of time because. Or maybe black was thinking to stop knight g5.
Yeah,
that's
something bishop e6 is I don't like it.
I agree. I agree. But usually, what I like to tell my students, especially in these exchange variations or things, think about which side of the board you want to castle, and develop that side first. I think that's very important to do. Yes. We often kind of go all over the place, and then it's your king that ends up staying in the center, and then you might get delayed from castling. Maybe you'll find a way to win a pawn, but then you'll be delayed, and then that's gonna be some issue.
Okay. So anyway, we have this position. White's doing better, but we'll see. Let's hope that answers your question, M. Flores. Shall we go to the board the championship section again?
Yeah, let's go to board 4.
All right. Also, guys, in the chat, let me know if there's any particular board that you want us to focus on. Happy to do that. All right. Okay.
Yes.
So board 4.
So board 4, we have... Oh, sorry, I moved. We have Rohan Lee from New York, 21-23, playing against Harish Neraj from Washington, 22-93. Actually, no Harish. I believe he played at World Youth Championships in Romania 2 years ago. It was in Romania, and I was the head of delegation, so it was, So let's see how he's doing here.
We have a lot of moves on this board. Spanish again. More free defense in the Spanish. Classic Roy Lopez stuff. And castle. So black is trying to
you're on board 5. Sorry.
Did I go for board 5? Apologies.
Oh, sorry. No, it's fine. I said board 4.
It was board. Let's do board 4 first.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
No.
I might have accidentally clicked board 5.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
Because I read those names and then I saw someone else. I was like,
now it's actually Sicilian. Kalashnikov.
Okay.
All right. Kalashnikov.
Yeah, that's the name. That's the real name.
That is the name.
That is it.
Not to be confused with Sicilian AK-47. Okay. Okay. So.
Wait. What is this? What
A4,
is this?
A6.
A4? Is that?
I think it's a line. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm not familiar with
C4 is the main move, right? Sabina, and then the knight goes to C3.
Yeah, is this C4 or is it knight C3? Or no, knight C3
I think
is
it's
against...
C4. But yeah, maybe knight C3 is possible too. But C4 I've seen before. And then this knight goes to C3 after A6.
Okay, so A4 might be a new thing. I'm not familiar with this. I should study it some more. Maybe this is an interesting line.
And then knight C3. So the knight kind of went on a little tour here, but the point was to induce some weaknesses. At least that's what white claims. Black says, I don't care about that. I just want to get some activity. Don't care about the center weaknesses. Knight a3.
So then, like, yeah,
maybe
I was
something
about
like
to
that.
say, come towards
Or-
d5. I like that.
c4.
F3, okay.
So black is okay to induce some weaknesses. Bishop c4. Trading the light square bishops is a decent idea, although black may not oblige, right?
Yeah, black would love it if you took in e6 so that he can bring the pawn towards the center and get rid of the outpost.
Okay, takes. And currently, I'm a bit skeptical about this move. Bishop takes d5. Knight b4. Okay, can't take because of the check. However, that not having a light square bishop is kind of nervy. I would be concerned for the long run, as if I was black. But looks like black has this tactical solution. d5.
That equalizes.
No
This
more
is
weak square, I guess.
very typical kind of idea from the Sicilian.
And the reason I should point out is because this knight's on a3, so maybe even without the two bishops, black could probably get away with this. So nice move by black to get rid of that backward pawn. It awakens the bishop now, right? So yeah, and it gets rid of that e-pawn. So yeah, still long term, I'm a little concerned for black because the two bishops can be dangerous. However, it seems like right now black is doing fine.
Yes. And Flores, we already went over that game. I don't know, maybe you stepped out for a second. If you want to go back to it for just once, well.
Board, was that number 17?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were looking at this position. I said that white was a little bit better because of more space and a little bit more development, and white can castle in one move, where black needs a couple of moves to castle. Bishop e7 was played though, so white is doing well because of the, queenside pressure.
Yeah.
Generally speaking,
And plan after castle would be with a4, b5 probably, right?
and we have one idea, right? There was this b5 c6 idea to break through, or queen a4 to put pressure on c6, or just castle and just kind of prepare slowly. I think queen a4 might still be an interesting move here. Yeah, or b5, right? Just really tactical. I would think of queen a4.
I would castle in just
Castle,
in case.
castle
Like
is
just
easier.
if we're not gonna go for b5,
Yeah.
might as well
Yeah,
just
castle's
castle
fine.
first.
Yeah.
And,
Enjoy like a slight advantage.
yeah.
But b5 is very interesting as well, because if you sack the pawn and black takes, but it's not even a sack, right? Just like trying
Yeah.
to push this through. And now you're actually like breaking through big time.
And now we have the bishop in f4 compared to the line that we
Yeah,
looked
yeah,
earlier.
yeah.
That bishop is gonna
Dangerous.
be really good.
So after b5, it might be very critical here. Like, how do you protect this, right?
Yeah, actually, maybe that's why maybe he's gonna get ready to play this, since black didn't try to do anything about it. Black would have played b5 himself, but then it would have allowed the a4, probably.
Yeah. Okay. So white's doing well here.
Yes.
Board 5.
5.
Championship section. We were just talking about the Spanish game.
Yes.
And
Two players from
ah,
Texas.
Sorry. I think
Sorry.
I accidentally switched to board 6. Okay,
All right.
there we go.
So we have Siddharth Singh and Kyle Wang, both from Texas. Siddharth 2204, Kyle 2115. Ratings are really close. I love that we have these kind of positions.
Sabina, do you have much experience in the Ruy Lopez and especially this anti-martial? Because this is the martial idea by
Yes.
black after castling. Black wants to play d5 after c3.
Yes.
It's a gambit where
Lots of theory.
a lot of theory where
Aronian
black
plays it,
yeah.
maybe.
takes c6, right?
Yes.
And then this is very dangerous stuff. A lot of theory here. It's been explored to death.
Yes.
So white decides to not go into all this stuff and can play h3 first. a4 is like the common one. I think a4 is a very popular move, right? Putting pressure here, threatening to take. Because now black has two choices, I believe. b4 and bishop b7. Actually, three, I guess. Rook
Rook
b8.
b8,
But rook b8,
yeah.
I'm not so sure if it's that popular. b4 is pretty popular.
I think I played this before with black pieces because I'm not an e4 player typically, and so I think I went bishop b7
Okay.
and knight c3. I think.
That's what happened in the game. Bishop
Yeah.
b7. B4 is common. However, it becomes square and then D4, and there's a lot of theory there too. So bishop B7 and D3. Yeah, and then
Yeah, so if white doesn't develop the knight in c3, it can delay this idea with b5, b4, of course.
you play knight C3 here, or sorry?
No, I play with
you
the black
faced it.
piece. I
Yeah.
faced that.
And then what do you do after this?
I think you have to play b4 here.
And then they go
Yeah,
knight D5, I'm
yeah.
assuming. And then is it like D6 or something like that, or some other move?
Or you can also take the knight first. Would you, right? You
I
can
don't.
capture- I
I'm
don't
not
know if
familiar
right
with this.
here,
Takes,
probably
takes,
not
right? Yeah.
here. Yeah, d6 first.
Or is it bishop C5 or something like that?
I thought it was d6, no?
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Yeah. So this is the idea that white had. Maybe it's this. No, it's probably 95 there. Yeah, there's some theory here which I'm not too familiar with, but it looks like white didn't go for that. White played D3 instead, D6 and knight BD2. Okay, so maybe not as complicated, not as ambitious, but slow playing it. Knight A5, that's a classic move, trying to get the bishop. Bishop A2, and knight A5 is usually coupled with the move C5. The reason is that black needs a plan of some sort, and black kind of played all the normal moves with the pieces. They're like, what now? So what now is to move the pawns, change the pawn structure a little bit, get some space. Now you can connect the rooks a bit later with queen C7. Maybe there's going to be some more breaks in the future. There's more opportunities with the pawn on C5 rather than with the pawn on C7. So that's why black did this. It does cost a couple of moves and does weaken the square. But you gotta give something to get something.
Of course. It's always
Okay.
like that. In
Yes.
chess, unfortunately.
Yes.
But I think, okay, so let's catch up because
But
looks
we
like
have
they
Dylan.
make-
Hello, Dylan. In
Hi,
Twitch
Dylan.
chat. You know Dylan. Is that
Yes,
you?
I know Dylan.
Yeah. Okay.
He was my student.
Ah,
Oh,
cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder if anyone who watches my stream is watching this. I didn't tell them, but
What?
yeah.
You didn't tell them?
No.
You're just keeping us surprised.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. I showed up on your chess Twitch page.
Okay. Anyway, we have knight f1, h6. H6, I guess, is trying to prevent this bishop g5. If that was ever not something that white was thinking about, to then after bishop trades to go for this even bishop d5, right? Something like that, or knight d5, whatever. Knight e3 played. Rook e8. So the problem for white that I see is like, what do you do with the bishop? And you don't have that much space actually. So I'm curious. What is white's next plan going to be? And we're gonna find out because c3, that's the answer.
Yes, I was about to say c3 before, but I don't know if he did that or not.
c3 makes sense. Maybe bishop d2 is also interesting, but c3 is fine.
I think white does need to rush to push those pawns forward because if you don't, black might consider pushing some d5 in maybe.
Yeah, this
and get
looks
even more
fine.
space.
Ooh, okay.
I
I'm
like
not so
this.
sure. You like
no?
that move? Okay. It
He
opens
has
up the
to
d
prepare-
file, and this pawn is now vulnerable.
I was thinking maybe bishop b2 and try to get some d4 in if I can with white. I also have the d5 outpost.
Yeah, you do have d5. I'm not so sure about this one, but maybe there was nothing else.
It does help a bit black though, yeah, because the d file opens up, so black gains the d6 square of space, which he didn't have before, which is a bonus. You got to be careful about those kind of trades.
But white has decided to occupy the d5 square. I wonder if we'll see some sort of a c4 e4 position.
I was about to say c4 for black, but it doesn't work. No, okay.
Oh yeah, we
Looks like
see it. Yeah.
there
So this is kind of like the cheat code White's trying to do. This is the lazy way of playing. Like kind of.
Okay.
I just put two pawns here and I put a knight here, and then you worry about it. Like, you know what I mean?
You figure out how you're gonna get
However,
rid of it.
when you play somebody experienced, this kind of strategy is bad
Okay.
because they will play around your knight, right? They will somehow play around your knight. They'll figure something out because there's definitely a drawback to playing like this and this. The main drawback, I guess, is that this is weak and this is also like vulnerable square, and your bishop is also kind of suspicious. So there might be a way that black will play around this. This knight looks great, right? But yeah, black won't take the knight. He'll just play around. So let's see what he does here. B4. Okay, that's already playing around the knight, kind of.
Right.
It's an asset for black, this pawn, for future generations, future moves here. Bishop b2. Yeah, so black is let's saying, okay, you have the knight on d5, but I'm just gonna do other things. And I guess white is kind of suffering with the bishop there. So I think something went wrong. I believe maybe first, was there a case of some bishop d5 c4 maybe just to get that bishop out of there? I wonder if that's an interesting idea.
Actually, I like your idea, bishop d5. Yeah.
And then some
But you know what I'm
d5,
worried about
c4,
though?
yeah.
If I take, do you take with the pawn or with the knight?
with the knight, I think, because
I was thinking pawn.
really because
To go c4. Because if you could take with the knight, can't I go c4 myself? That's what I'm worried
c4
about.
is, I don't think it's a big deal because
So let's see it.
yeah, takes c4
Yeah.
because that pawn is also vulnerable, and I can choose how to like do I take everything on the queen side? I don't know
Okay,
if that's a
or what about
good thing or a bad thing. I think we can just take.
maybe wait, maybe knight a5 first. Maybe my bad. Maybe knight a5 because you don't have c4.
Ah, okay, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, that's a good idea. You're right. I can't play c4 because my pawn's hanging. That actually works for black. I agree. So that might be the reason that why I have.
Yeah.
So then maybe this whole concept is not
Right.
right. Then.
Otherwise, it would be nice. I would love to get the
Yeah.
bishop there and then play c4 because the bishop never goes away and then you get a knight.
I will blame this move. I think white should have played bishop d2 and just chill. You know,
Queen c1.
just
and-
chill. Yeah, taking it gives a lot of play for lot more chance to go wrong after you take on c5 because we are strategically under pressure from black. Right? Think about it. You're trading this pawn is not that great, right? In the open file, so we're trading that. I wouldn't do that to open up the queen.
You're right. Yeah. The more we look at this position, the more you see that white doesn't want. Besides, if you keep the center kind of restricted, you actually have this idea of knight h4, and then queen f3, and then maybe some.
Oh, you want to go? Yeah,
I want to go
absolutely,
for the
Sabina.
attack because it's blockaded.
It's
kind of in the
possible. Yeah,
center.
there's some ideas here.
You have to look for d5 so that black doesn't have the d5 break, but it is something that you can certainly consider.
So this transformation that white tried to do, I think again was a little bit not thought through fully. And then so we have this position, and black is doing well here
Yeah.
because the bishop on a2 again is just bad, and as white wants black to take so that maybe there's some the bishop can come alive in many positions to e5. But again, you play around with the knight. That's what experienced players do, and Kyle is doing that right now. Rook f1. Okay, so I think the idea is to go for f4 at some point, which makes a lot of sense. But once again, with the bishop that's inactive like this, there must be some solution for black here to deal with this, and I'm sure there's a lot of resources. Even bishop to d6, right? Just to start with that move, and then. Tactically, maybe there's some issues like
True.
this queen h4 thing. Although there's this fork, no, but the bishop d6 does cover that. But there's knight b6 and this rook d. Yeah, there's a lot of bishop d6 is playable because knight. This is actually something you had to calculate. Even knight d5 too, right? Because then I can team the pawn. Yeah, so there's a lot of reasons why knight h4 doesn't work. So where does the knight go? That means you had to spend another tempo.
h3, knight h2.
Yeah, or knight e1 looks really sad to play that move, right? I guess, is that an idea?
But why would you?
Yeah.
Like, it takes way too long.
Yeah. So wait a second. Oh no, we have a move. I was praising black's resistance to take the knight, and guess what?
Oh no. The thing is that knight there looks great, but it doesn't really do anything unless
Yeah.
you place a piece and you allow some forking. Otherwise, the knight is just beauty purposes, and that's about it. So yeah, you don't want to take it because that also is helping white get. I hope he took with the e pawn or c. Actually, either one is fine.
Actually, let's decide. C or E. So the benefit of C is that the bishop has more breathing room, right? And we have a bit more center control, which is great. I like that instantly. The benefit of E is more tactical because actually we had to calculate this knight d4 move, which is going to be the response because this pawn is hanging otherwise, right? So after E takes d5, knight d4, I think we're gonna have another capture. I really don't like that. I really don't like that for this
Yeah,
bishop.
no, you
So it
definitely
must
with
be
the
C,
C,
and that's what
because you
happened.
have the bishop, and then you have the c4 square for a knight potentially.
Yeah, and these
coming
pawns are actually could be vulnerable in the long run. So black really, I guess had to scratch the itch of the knight being on d5,
Yeah, there was not.
and
I didn't like
instead
that
I
idea.
believe something like bishop d6, was better. Oh, Sabina, I have another idea.
What is it?
Okay, this is kind of fancy. I don't know if is there some rook lift ideas?
Yes.
No, maybe it's too much. It's too much, right?
No, why?
I think be a normal person and play bishop d6. Just control the center, and f4. We know how to be
But
fancy.
there's no threat. There's no threat on e5, so you can go your rook a6 idea, and then go knight d4.
Well, I was thinking of this: bishop d6 first, and then if you want to, we can even reroute the knights somewhere, or I wonder. But what after that, right? You need to find a plan still. But we can take our time because white also is struggling for a plan. So let's say bishop d6, knight e1, or h3. H3. Okay, fine. Knight h2 is the plan. Okay, so
Yes.
so black needs to prepare for this somehow. Now, knight d4 is always kind of a move, but we don't want to play it because that just gives this trade might be good for white. So let's just chill here for a second. Okay, so it's actually a really good position for strategic play here. Like we should ask ourselves, okay, what is white's plan? Is to go this knight h2 f4. Is it any good? Does it even work tactically after f4? Like if I take on d5 and take on f4, but I guess the knight's the problem, right? So,
Yeah, so
tactically it seems to kind of work, but we have so many resources to prevent f4. Also, I must think like, okay, what are my pieces doing? I guess are they good? Like this bishop, could it be improved? These rooks, could it be improved? Anything
So
else?
what is your move?
Mhm,
What
yeah.
is your move?
I talked a lot.
I feel
I'm
like you're
buying time.
talking. I
I'm
think you're
buying
buying time to think about it. You actually don't know. Now I got it.
No, but like you talk through these things
Of
and then you
course,
figure
of
something
course.
out. So look,
So what did you figure it out?
Let's find some
see.
candidate ideas. Okay,
I
fine.
was thinking knight d4 for black.
You want to?
actually.
Okay, so that's something to calculate. True, but the transformations, I am not so sure. I like it. Like knight takes d4,
I
or
took
you
it
want
at
to
e pawn.
you take with the. So here,
Yeah, and then you get f4 in it maybe.
I don't
see.
like that. E takes d4. I don't like that. Yeah,
'Cause of
use
f4.
f4. Yeah, I don't like knight d4. Okay, how about this? What if this knight was over here? Am I happier?
Yeah, possibly.
I'm pretty happy, right?
Okay.
So that's the plan.
Yeah,
But it's actually not easy to do that because of 97.
but you're happy if he takes. What do you mean? Right.
on f6. Oh, good point.
Oh, well, then h6 hangs.
Yeah, it does
That's
hang. But yeah, we can make it work like king h7. Yes,
Yeah.
kind of. King h7 is not a bad move in general because I was, what I was wondering? Like, I was wondering something crazy. Like, is this too crazy?
95.
Is this crazy? Too crazy? Maybe
That is too crazy.
You think
That
it's
you're
too crazy?
weakening your position too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, it's too crazy. Yeah, so we don't want to do that. But so f4 is coming, right? F4 is coming.
What about knight h5 for black?
That's a normal good move. Yes, absolutely.
Or you could also try to bring your knight from f6 to e6 and then get a knight in. No, because then always the
I
trade
like the
is
knight
gonna
h5
happen.
idea too. Yeah, absolutely.
Knight h5, knight f4, or
Just yeah. Maybe start with king h7.
I'm not
just
sure I like your bishop d6. I'm sorry.
You don't like bishop
I'm
d6?
sorry, I'm not sure I like
It's
it.
not bad. This is good.
No, but what about if you just play g6, bishop g7, and then try to go knight h5 and f5 yourself instead?
What about this? I mean, you want to let's put the queen like to d7 or something, then move the rooks like over, like
Why don't you
e-
just bring it to h4?
and then like do our own break sometime.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe.
I like
Yeah, so
that.
there's many ideas. I don't want to spend forever on this, but yeah, I think my point is knight d5 was just too much. There were so many other things we could have done as
Yes.
black. Okay. By the way, Dylan, your initials, Sabina. Dylan said your initials SF.
Yes.
You know,
that's what
SF
it
also
was.
means stockfish, right?
Yes. He
So
thinks
SF
I'm as good as stockfish.
Yeah,
That's why I
that's
guess.
a good initials. But you know
Yes.
what my initials? GM. Like
Yes.
my okay. Okay.
All right. So Gauri, should we take what?
I think you meant advice.
Oh, what advice to get better? What's your level?
Yeah, so I basically ask people like when you ask for advice, be specific because if it's too general, like I don't think it's gonna help. So like
Yeah.
just share something like I'm this rating and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and like be very specific about the advice so that you can if we can actually like help you. Like what are you doing right now to improve? Right? You just play blitz all day, like so we can like ask, hey, how old are you, etc.
Yeah, 1200 rating. Lots of tactics, it's for sure. A kind of advice that a lot of people give at that level. For
That's general
1200,
advice. Yeah, if you're 1200, I mean 1200 what? USCF? Was it chess.com rating?
True, because chess.com is lower.
Yeah.
12. Oh, maybe he was playing in the tournament.
USCF. Okay, so if you're 12 years old, see if you're a kid and you're 1200.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Finwar. So, what does that mean? The word.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, so if you're 12 and you're 1200 USCF, yeah, tactics is still. When I work with my students, I try to improve their calculation ability. When there not too many openings, like I try to avoid that.
Same.
I just
That's because
tell,
I don't like them. So
yeah, I don't like openings either. But I think that you should improve your tactical ability. Actually, the videos I create on my Instagram and stuff are based on the lessons I gave to my students. I used to teach a lot more back before COVID time, so like so those are the examples I use to improve their ability to calculate, and some kids are really really quick to pick that up. Like they can, even after a couple of years, they start to like keep up with me, and I'm like, wow, that's great. Like you can actually analyze four, 5, 6 moves ahead. That's great ability to have, and it helps in so many things in their games. So I would focus on improving your calculation ability, learning some opening principles, play rapid games, analyze the rapid games. Don't play too much bullet or blitz. You can, but in moderation. But solving a lot of, I would say buy some books or have your coach give you some difficult ones.
that's not the right kind of advice for kids these days, Gauri.
Why?
Because most of them do love watching videos. I think they learn more
Videos are good too.
from
Yeah,
videos. Yeah, like
I make
find
videos.
some follow Gauri's YouTube and stuff, and there are a lot of other streamers and
That's
content
true. Yeah,
creators.
it changed. The
They're
landscape
good.
has changed for sure.
Yeah, they create good content that's teachable moments, and you wanna try to follow them and learn from that. I think they do better actually at being more visual than books. I think like physical books, they're doing better when it's online.
Ah, okay.
But if you can get books, I do recommend them still. I'm just saying that I feel sometimes they do much better when they actually watch a video and listen to someone explain
Yeah, no, some
things.
people, the landscape has definitely changed. So Chessable has a lot of good courses and stuff. But focus on, don't memorize like 20 moves of theory. Just get the first 5, 10 moves, understand where the pieces go, and then stop there.
Yes.
Like, if you're 1200, like really, openings are not, don't focus on it too much. In fact, it's good to have a bad opening and then get out of it. Develop that skill,
Right.
you know?
So I think we can finish
Okay,
off this
yeah,
game,
we
see
were-
where they're
we have
at,
some more moves,
and
excuse
then,
me, so-
and then we're gonna take a short break after.
Okay.
Right?
So we have a couple more moves. 94. Wait.
I'm not sure I want to trade the knights.
Was White supposed to play around the knight too? In this
Knight
position?
91.
Or was it, yeah, I don't know.
Or maybe take it with the
Take
bishop.
the bishop.
Yeah, I would like bishop takes. I
Bishop
think.
takes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. I wonder if it's a play around the knight, but maybe, yeah. Takes, and then how do they take back? I guess with the c pawn. And then we can get some knight goes to like c4 or b3 or something, right? Like there's some
Yes,
maneuvering going
I like
on, and
that.
white is better probably. So in the game, took with the knight. Yeah, the bishops are kind of suspicious here because the center is so close. But white has a plan, f4, and this is the current position. After all these moves, wow, what a weird pawn structure. Queen f2, f6.
They played quite a bit of moves, actually.
Yeah.
They've only played an hour, but both players seem to be really well prepared.
Okay, so I think it's anyone's game at this point. Both players have a pass pawn.
Protected one.
However, white's king is a bit safer, but the bishop on b2 is terrible.
Yeah.
But
But
it
they
could
have the
improve.
c-file.
Yeah, I think I would prefer white here.
Yeah, I would take white too.
It's suspicious for both sides. There's a c-file.
We'll
and-
have to come back to this game and see how things go.
Okay, move on.
We're taking a break?
Oh, we're taking a break. Okay,
Yeah, we're taking a
let's do
short
that.
break, and we'll be back. Stay close.
All right.
Welcome back, everyone, to round 5 commentary of the middle school chess championship here in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes.
We've seen some nice openings.
Absolutely.
Getting into the middle games. Hint, hint, because I said middle game.
Yeah, middle
you know?
school championship, not middle game championship.
Yes. For those of you who were here and caught that, good for you. Gauri caught it first, so remember that. Hi there, Dirk. Welcome, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know if you have someone in the tournament that's playing a live game and you'd like us to comment on it or give our thoughts. Or
20 live boards, 14 of them are from the championship section. And we have at least one board per section, the top board. We'll mainly focus on the 14 boards in the championship section, but if you have a certain board, let us know. Okay, so without further ado, let's go to board 6 of the championship if we haven't covered that yet. Jeremy Yoon versus Megan Piragua.
Yes, Megan has had an incredible rise in the past few years. Actually, her recent tournament, she became a world champion, rapid or blitz champion.
Okay.
They had the championship like maybe last week. It finished.
That's great.
Or 2 weeks
that's
ago.
awesome. Yeah.
So she won that championship in her age category, which is wonderful. And she's from New York, 2198. And she's playing with the black pieces against Yoon Jeremy, who's also from New York, 1802.
Okay, so since we're in the late middle game, perhaps should we start from the beginning, or do you want to just...
Let's just talk a middle game, Gauri.
Okay.
No. We can
Okay, let's really run it down from the opening stage. We have a d4, knight f3.
Just
so
get
queen
ready
spawn,
because Gauri's quickly is never really quickly.
Yeah, I get distracted by the opening discussions.
I know.
Ideas.
I think by discussing it, you and I like more.
Yeah.
We also learn new things about
Sure,
them.
absolutely.
So that's a nice way. That's
Any
a nice way
a4
to
rook
learn.
a3 yet? No, I don't think we're gonna see that in the
Middle school.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, I don't think so.
You never know. I mean,
so, no,
maybe some Carlson.
Carlson played in Title Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's the.
Carlson fans.
Sorry, that's the new trend. Okay, so we have the Sicilian transposition from a queen spawn opening, and looks like this is the 4 knights Sicilian or Taimanov Sicilian. Sabina, what's the name of this opening? Is Taimanov?
I call this B45, so I don't know.
You call it what?
B45, you know the echo.
B45?
You remember the echo?
ECO chords?
Eco.
Yeah, eco. Okay.
But
No.
no, you
No.
don't. You don't trust me. I played this with black, so I would know. I should know. That's all I know about it.
That was a long time ago, Sabina.
People still use that, right? Those codes. No, I'm that old fashioned.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I remember it, but I never bothered with that. You know. The ECO.
Well, the thing is, when I was growing up, there was no chessable. There was chess base, and I had files, and I had names for each file. So in order to remember, figure out what file it was, I was very bad with remember Sicilian names.
Okay.
I just always confused them. So I remember them by the ECO code. At least the ones I played.
Thank God it
which
doesn't
is-
exist anymore. Thank God.
What do you mean? It's still there. Go on chess base. Search for.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But thank God nobody uses it anymore.
Why?
Okay. Anyways,
That
we have a
guy,
viewer, I
like,
blame
come on.
lag, who's saying it's called a normal pin variation. So pin variation in the 4 knights probably. So let's see f3. So this is actually black strategy is to just get this bishop here to pin it and play d5, I think, right? Or pressure this pawn and play d5.
Yes.
And that's what's happening. So it seems like Jeremy started with d4, accidentally transposed to the pin variation, and got a bad opening with white, right?
Yes, it's not really
Yeah,
ideal.
this is a disaster.
This line is actually pretty comfortable. He should not. He
So
should not
black
go
has
for
the
it.
center and the pin. What more can you ask for in 8 moves, right? Okay, knight d5. So instead of playing cd5 and opting getting a solid position, Megan is trying to get the tactical knight d5. Very interesting. There might even be like queen h4 check. You never know. There's so many tactics now in this position. Queen a5, queen h4, knight e4, knight e3, knight c3. So bishop d2. Okay. So Megan doesn't want to double the pawns. Probably
don't-
because too drawish.
I really liked it to taking with the pawn. I'm actually
You
surprised.
liked it with CD5?
Yeah, c
that
takes
makes
d5. I
sense.
thought it was a good
Yeah.
idea.
But she didn't want, she wanted activity. So let's see. Bishop d3, queen f6. Okay. A little bit non-standard way of trying to do this. And now knight d5, giving black another opportunity to fix the pawn structure. Which black, once again, deciding to not, improve the structure with c d5 after bishop d2, of course. Rather going for the e d5 with the little trick, queen h4 check trick, right?
I guess you had that trick even if you took it the c pawn,
That's true.
right?
That
You
is
still
true.
had that.
Castle. And
It's actually a very interesting choice.
she grabbed a pawn just like that. Maybe the pawn is good because there's no tactics. So perhaps Jeremy actually blundered the pawn, thinking that he had rook b1, but there's always this queen d4 check. So Megan is now up one pawn, and white has zero compensation,
Yeah.
maybe negative compensation. Black has the compensation and a pawn. That's not good.
It's not good for white.
Okay, so queen a4, maybe the queen is a little misplaced on a4, although it is attacking this pawn. However, maybe taking that pawn will lead to the queen being trapped after, right, in many positions or uncomfortable. So that's probably why queen a4 isn't.
I wonder if
Suggested.
f4 is an idea for white here.
Okay,
F4.
one played.
Okay, we should not do that. F4, what do you think about it?
f4.
I
what's
want
the
to go queen
point?
h5.
But, I don't know if that attack is going to be that successful, but I can
but I have a
appreciate.
pawn down.
Yeah, I appreciate yeah, this makes some sense.
I also
Absolutely.
can do the rook left. Or maybe I could go queen d2 and try to keep your queen trapped and then do a rook left through rook b4, rook h4. So actually queen d2, if you take
Now
it
we're
into-
talking. That's a really good idea, Sabina.
Okay.
And you want to go for rook b4 and rook h4.
Yes.
Very interesting. Yeah, this is kind of what we want
Yeah.
as white. If you're down one pawn or two pawns, doesn't matter, as long as you checkmate the king. So that's a really, really nice idea. I don't think black should take. It's very risky to do this, right?
Yeah, I think it's too risky.
Too risky. Yeah. Now maybe do we go rook b4, or is there something else?
I like rook
Here.
b4 idea.
You know what? What if it's something else, like queen? Like
You
where
wanna
does the
trap
queen
the-
go?
to
Yeah,
b2 if
the
you
queen
go
can
rook
only go.
a1.
Yes.
If you go rook a1, I go queen b2, and then I move it to f6, and
Oh, what about this move, Sabina? Queen here. Okay.
oh,
And then
you
queen
want
a4 on the and then rook b4 here, bishop h7 here, rook h4 check.
Cute.
and
I
then the
like it.
queen.
I like it. You can show that line.
Yeah, I think queen, it's interesting, right? Queen c3,
Mm-hmm.
and then if they can't run away here because I have this. Yeah, this is pretty cool.
Okay, he can go king h8 though.
King
but-
h8, rats, and then we will rook h4, and then we can draw.
Okay,
Just kidding.
sure.
But you're not like you don't want to draw as white here anymore. Actually, you want to win the game.
Well, yeah, because basically
Yeah.
you have more pieces that are
Yeah.
potentially attacking, but I don't know how easy it's gonna be to win it, but
Mm-hmm. Maybe something like
because I'm threatening some c5.
I can even go rook a1 and then rook h4. Doesn't this look scary? Oh, but there's queen d8. That's the problem, right? I have rook a1, which controls the deadly h4 square. I suppose this is the reason why black is surviving here, right? So maybe bishop d3.
But considering that white was not doing very well,
Yeah.
this is a dream.
Yeah. So so maybe the problem with this move, the queen is offside. The king needs some helpers, right?
Yeah.
So perhaps queen d6.
I like queen f4
You like queen f4?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine
to
too.
control d2 square because that's probably
Okay,
the square.
that
where
makes a
white
lot of
was,
sense.
so-
Queen, or queen d6. Yeah, queen f4 is fine too. Oh, I kind of like queen d6 more for some reason. Maybe it's the same thing. We're
But
splitting
I
hairs.
have queen d2, and
Okay, and
if I play queen f4, you don't have queen d2. So
Queen
where do you develop your queen?
queen f4 is fine. Yeah, absolutely.
It's just a suggestion. I mean, it could be total.
I was thinking there's some rook b4 ideas at some point, but perhaps it's not a big deal, right? Yeah. So queen a4 is a little misplaced, and we have rook a1. So white is being too materialistic, but it's kind of like this, what is this? You're going halfway, then you might as well go all the way, right? So you're already down a pawn, go all the way, be down two pawns, and lean into your weakness in a way, right?
Yeah.
So you're down material, be down more material. It's not gonna make a big difference. There should be like a life lesson there somewhere.
Pawn wise, I think if you're down a piece, then you can't give up more. But if you're down a pawn, and I know pawns are pieces, but I consider them separate things. Pawn, the opponent spends too much time with one piece to go grab those pawns, and then the rest of the pieces that are supposed to be equal to the value of yours, get behind, because by going queen takes a2, right? Black only moves the queen, and white will have the queen out, the bishop, and the rook in b4 that goes to h4, and there's gonna be a lot of pressure.
Yeah, this is white is passive and down material. It's just gonna eventually lose anyway. So the greatest risk here is to not risk anything at all, right?
True.
That's the paradox.
But did you check out the time? Look at the time difference. 20 minutes for Jeremy and almost an hour for Megan. And that's quite huge. The time control, just a reminder for everyone, the time control for the tournament is 90 minutes plus
10-second delay. Right? Yeah.
Well, not plus, I guess just
By the
delay,
way, Sabina, look at this move, c3, trading queens. And black says, no, I don't want to trade queens. Is it just me, or is that surprising? Because I would trade queens, and I'm up a pawn. I would occupy the file. It's same color bishop, so I know that eventually I'm going to be in much better shape.
Rook b8.
Yeah, rook b8, rook a b8. This, and then bring the king to d6, right? Slowly, c5, and then just what is wrong with this plan, right? Simple chess.
True.
Simple chess. But surprisingly, black did not take advantage of this trade and played queen. It's not bad, but I would have traded the queens there.
Also, queen c2. Okay, so did he move to queen d2 now? Because I like that attracting black to play g6, and then the dark squares are weak.
So normally
h6.
g6 is the normal way to play against the bishop on g3, but there must be a reason. I think the reason is tactical. Like there must be some sort of f4, f5 push that breaks the position open.
I like that.
I understand why Megan played g6, because this doesn't really clear the luft. However, maybe f4 is the plan, and f4 has been played. So white is trying to drum up some counterplay here, which is the right thing to do. f5, but at what cost? At what cost? This bishop looks really, really bad. White's bishop is also kind of bad, but this bishop is worse. So I don't like the developments here. If I went back and gave Megan another chance, I think she would happily have traded the queens and would avoid all this counterplay, right? So when you're up a pawn, prevent the counterplay and play it slow. This is going in the wrong direction slightly. Still black is better, but I don't like the counterplay that white is getting here. Okay, so Megan is trying to go for rook b2, which is very fair. And then that's the position. That is the position. So perhaps the thing is that white doesn't have any like good plans, because this kind of protects the whole business on the king side. So perhaps black is trying to be very efficient and then trying to get counterplay on the queen side. So
rook e2 is probably the move that white
You mean the first rook 1 e2?
Yeah.
Or rook 5 e2? Rook 1 e2?
No, rook 1, because I want to keep the option of sacrificing an f5 at some point.
You want to sacrifice a bishop. Spicy.
At some point.
Yes.
Or some g4. I mean, it's not really ideal.
I was thinking of h3, king h2, and then maybe prepare g4 if need be, or the sacrifice. Absolutely. So if rook e2 happens, how does black create some more play on the queen side here?
Do you think c5, c4 is an option?
That is very interesting, yes. So after c5, maybe I have to play c4 myself. But then d4, and then this bishop is also vulnerable. Might be a good thing for black, right? So rook e2, and then c5 is what you're saying.
Yeah, I think that's an option for black. You have to
also this move, right, Sabina? Maybe this and this, because the rooks are pretty good at guarding laterally, and the e7 is covered by the queen. So what if we just double and try to force, maybe, right? Force some rook b2 ideas, possibly.
I just thought your idea with g4 was great, so I was thinking maybe, white can try some g4 or.
So we have c5 as an option first of all, right? And then c4. And then d4.
d4.
And this is an asset for black.
Definitely.
And then black can mix and match the ideas. So, but here, the queen is a little bit cut off. So rook can come
But
in.
we'll have some rook, queen c3, try to trade the queens, get the pawns.
Ah.
At some point.
Not right now.
No,
Not right now.
No, not yet. Eventually, after I
Okay.
double.
So this is one option. Or rook b7, right? And double the rooks. And then try to get something like this, possibly. Although, again, white has his own play. White has
But
his
you
own
know,
play.
I'm thinking g4. So
Even
let's-
now, right? Just sack
yeah.
the pawn. Takes. Then f5. This is exactly how you should play when you're down material, because you're trying to make black mess up. So we'll see. So right now the current position is queen a3, and white is pondering. White only has 16 minutes to figure something out here. I think white should start with the rook e2 and then do some sacrifice. The Hail Mary, right? The final attempt to do something.
And also, I think when black doubles on the b file, and then if you go rook b2, I go queen c1.
Oh, the pin idea.
Yeah.
Oh, it's queen a2, but yes.
I try to,
worth a
to
shot,
keep
worth
my
a shot,
queen on
yeah.
the board somehow. maybe.
Exciting position. Megan is definitely better and also has a big time advantage. So white is in trouble, but white can make one final attempt to start some attack. Let's go to the next game.
All right. So let's go to board 6. Or do you want to go back to top board, or we haven't seen it
We
for
can.
a
We
while?
haven't seen it. Yeah.
Yeah.
First board.
Yeah.
Eric Liu versus Anjanaya Rao. And we covered until this opening position in the first hour of the stream. Yep, the arrow, the computer remembers the.
Oh,
the arrow.
wow.
That's
The
cool.
arrows stay there.
Yeah, it
Oh,
stays
I
there.
thought it disappeared.
Yeah,
I
it's
guess
still
the
there.
lines disappeared.
So now we know. Yeah, we left off around here.
Yes.
And black played g6, which seems like a lot of pawn moves. Trying to stop
Too
this
many.
f5, but
No.
it does create some weaknesses. And let's see, takes.
You know what they say? Don't play on the side of the board where you have more space.
Ah, okay.
Where you have less space, sorry.
Mm-hmm,
Don't play on the side of the board where you have less space. You got to try to find, ways to.
This DC fight seems to be well timed. Perhaps what is white trying to do here? Trying to do something in the center.
I think just because you play g6, so now the bishop doesn't go in g7 because now you're kind of stuck to
There's some
protect.
pressure on the center. And now he's trying to play on both sides here.
We'll probably just blockade the d pawn and then h5. I would play with white if I were white here. Because there's not so much you can do on the queens. Oh.
Okay, so the problem here is that black, to summarize, black is not really fully developed yet. And g6 further makes black less developed. So white is like, let me open the center, open the position in general, try to give some problems. And black plays 94, further opening the center. And black is simply not ready to do that. So I think after 94, d4, they haven't castled yet, right?
Right.
That's a big deal. If they had castled, maybe black's fine. But with the addition of g6 not castling and being 2 moves from castling, pawn being vulnerable, rook coming in with tempo, I think there's a lot of issues for black here. I'm assuming knight g5 was the next move.
I like knight g5.
Knight g5, attacking the pawn. Uh-oh. And then knight e7. Imagine if this knight was here, it's checkmate.
Yeah.
Right? So there's a lot of issues here. Temporarily kind of holding it together, but feels like a house of cards situation here. And let's see. And okay, pardon me. It seems like knight
No,
e7
that was-
and then h5 was played.
Good. That's
Very strong move, because now the king side is on fire.
And notice white is not even thinking about castling because the e file is closed. There's no way for any of black's pieces to reach the king. There's only one check in a5, but it's gonna lead to nothing because of b4 or c3.
And it's illegal to castle. That's another place.
Yeah, but you're one move away
Yeah,
from castling
yes,
technically, so you're fine.
h6 doesn't
And-
solve the problem, by the way, because you tilt take,
Oh.
the pawn is pinned. So what happened? Black's king side is further damaged. The rook is active, and the knight doesn't even have to move, right? So why dealt with this h6 tactically speaking, and now can build the pressure in other ways. So I wonder.
But now there's a threat to take the knight, right? H takes g5. is
Yes.
a threat.
Oh, this is protected, correct.
Because I was gonna say bishop e2, but I wouldn't go for that kind of sacrifice yet, I think.
So rook d. So let's draw some candidates here. There's some sacrifices here. Rook d1 is an easy move to start, but there's a check which we can counter with bishop d2. So it's a little weird. Rook d1.
I also want to play a 5. I really want to play a 5.
There's some moves here for sure. F5, knight sacrificing. F5 seems interesting. Let's calculate F5 then.
I saw this idea that I thought was cute, and we can show it for our audience. F5, and then when H takes G5, we play F takes G6.
Oh, very nice.
And then you just,
Sacrificing
oh no,
the
my rook.
Yeah.
Oh no, your mate. You know,
Oh no, you're king.
your king.
Yes.
So that doesn't
Very
work.
strong. Now, what if they take with the pawn?
I
Do
was
we sack the knight, or do we just go queen to
F5.
F5? Sacrificing the knight, it looks pretty cool.
Yes, it looks really nice, but does it work? Because king takes, and then queen takes F5. Check. King G7.
And is that where we get stuck?
That's where we are. We need to find ways to bring in additional pieces. That's where we need
The rook
to
d1
stop.
then, right? Very strong.
Rook d1 followed by e6 and bishop d4.
Yeah. Well, no, there's rook d7 is coming, right?
Oh, even better.
So yeah, here takes knight
Take.
f7,
Uh-huh.
king f7,
Queen takes.
check. They have to go king to g7. Now rook d1
D1.
now, and a queen a5 check b4 maybe, right?
With tempo, yeah.
With tempo, and oh my gosh,
Yeah, I was thinking e6, bishop d4, but yeah, rook d7 just looks...
crazy good.
Well, we have bishop e7 though, so... And then queen f6.
Well, no, yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
where does the queen go? We gotta pick
Just
something.
put it some...
Let's put it somewhere, like
yeah.
here, whatever.
Okay, rook d7.
First of all, there's this check too. Oh my goodness, is that mate?
Oh, this mate...
Oh my god, let's show
Wait.
this. Here, rook h6 mate.
Oh, that's cute.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
That is
well,
bad. So
this is a really nice if it
so
happens.
it's hard to find a move. Queen, yeah, this is over. So let's not analyze this any further. So f5, knight f7 is killer. Will Eric find this finishing bloodthirsty move, right? f5. And then knight f7.
It's really nice.
Yeah. And he plays f5.
Wow.
Wow,
That's
indeed.
brilliant.
Yes.
We play as good as him. Technically, if we think about it, I'm not trying to make us feel bad, Gauri,
yeah.
but he's 2468.
Uh-huh.
I think, what's your UCF? Mine is lower.
430 or something.
Okay, so he's definitely stronger. So we're doing great, Gauri.
Well, we have experience. I have experience to back it up.
Oh, are you saying I don't have experience? Okay.
We have experience.
I was just trying to kind of say like the you know is never mind. I can't even give myself a compliment. That's not. Just kidding.
Wait, what's your rating right now?
Now is low, like if UCF 2330 maybe, or yeah 33. maybe?
Rating's always kind of weird, you know, like
Yeah, I've had some bad tournaments,
down.
but it's coming back because it went below 2300, and then you know when my students ask me these days, I'm not answering it. I'm not answering the question anymore because I'm working on it. It's gonna get back. This
F5
is just temporary, like I said at the beginning of the stream.
great move. And yeah, I think he's gonna play knight f7 next. There's no doubt about it. Okay,
Lovely.
so first board, Eric is on the way to win this game.
Very likely, and he will go on 5 out of 5 if he converts that game. Let's go to board 2, Ethan Gu against Nikash Vemparala.
Yes, and we left around here.
Yes.
And let's continue the opening moves.
This Cosium defense. So
That's weird. That looks like a normal move f4. I don't know why it says a question mark. There must have been something better.
maybe there's some sacrifice in h3 that black can do. Does that work? Oh, he played it?
He played it.
Oh, double exclam?
Well, chess.com is
Okay,
very generous
okay.
with the double exclams,
Okay,
or sometimes
sure.
not generous because it's all based on some arithmetic. But yeah, it does win a pawn. You know what's the funny thing though? This sacrifice is one way to say it. White should treat this blunder as a gambit. You know? Okay, that was on purpose.
Okay.
Let's just move on.
All right, so
Brush it
let's
off.
see.
You know, pretend to get open files in some tempo.
All right, rook f1.
So I would not write this game off for white just because you lost an h3 pawn, right?
Yeah, that pawn, like you say usually in your beautiful explanation of the value of each pawn.
Yeah, it's not that
separately,
much in this position.
It's not worth that much, and also by the time that pawn will really be valuable, you will have to go to the end game stage of the game.
I must add one thing. There was one chance for. Was it worth it to go to the opposite color bishop position? I think that would increase the chances of a draw. Although I understand that he wants to play for bishop c5. Bishop c4 makes sense.
Put pressure on
Yeah,
f7.
but maybe they wanted some bishop takes c6, some opposite color bishop.
I like
kind of
I like
attack.
your idea.
Yeah.
Just takes an a3 maybe.
Pardon me.
Takes
Yeah,
an
take a3.
Yeah.
And then even the end game, there's some drawing. There's some drawing chances. Although the engine doesn't like it as much, so there must have been something else here that we don't really see. Don't tell me it's rook f5.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. I was like, no. Wait, but he has no threat technically, right? So maybe he can do
maybe
anything.
just something else.
Maybe something else.
Queen f2 and
Maybe
queen
just
g3.
a4 or a3. Or wait, what did he play?
He played bishop c4.
Okay, so maybe a4?
Yeah, a4 is possible.
Or we don't even need to protect the bishop. I don't know why I'm trying, but
Yeah.
but the a2 pawn is hanging too, and that pawn, I don't believe I want to give away. What about queen c3 idea?
I don't. Yeah. What about this? Just to bring the queen closer to the king side. Is it bad?
No, I was thinking queen c3. You actually bring it closer to because
That's yeah. Maybe
yeah,
better
and
way
you
of doing
attack
it, yeah.
c6. No,
Computer's like, no,
no,
maybe it's this.
no. Maybe
No.
he's taking
So
c6
there's
and
some
queen c3.
there's some weird move here.
Taking
we're not
c6
seeing.
and queen c3. Huh? No, I don't know.
Is it possible that it's an exchange sack, or is it?
Oh, maybe rook f7 and bishop c4. But no, maybe no.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Maybe rook takes a2 is not a threat because then you take. So wait, if rook takes a2 is not a threat, now I realize it's not a real threat because we have bishop c4, rook f7, and bishop c4.
Yeah, I'm not sure why the
So,
engine
queen-
really hates this move though. It
What
looks-
about d4?
controlling the center
No,
and
no.
rook a2?
Yeah, I was gonna go. I told you bishop c4, but
It might be this move.
no.
No, it's too much. Yeah, there's no way to follow up with some sort of attack.
No,
Queen
if we
f6
had
and
two
yeah, it's not
queens,
gonna work.
two,
Okay.
yeah,
Nothing crazy. So yeah, it doesn't. Computer is saying it's a bad move, but I'm not sure why. It's a bad move. Just looks normal.
yeah,
Bishop a6 is a good move. Yeah.
Yes.
Getting rid of that bishop. No more opposite color bishop position, which bishop to c6 would have achieved that position. And we have a pretty bad endgame. No weaknesses for black, and just trade everything and win the game.
yeah. This looks really good for Ethan.
Once again, is it just me or like why,
I don't understand
why are people not trading queens?
trading. Maybe they just don't like endgames.
Yeah, I mean this is like easy win, right? Just trade the queens. Bishop cannot touch you ever, and just take your time. Mm-hmm. Play like b5. just make sure you just advance your king active.
Bring your king.
Yeah,
yes.
just seems like the way to go. I'm a little perplexed by the queen h4 move. 95. Okay, black's like attacking. Oh, king h3 looks so suspicious. King has 0 moves now.
G5.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh. Someone.
Uh-oh. There should be a mate coming soon. Oh, king h4 and now
There's no.
it's like a
mate
puzzle
here.
rush now.
Yeah, but maybe queen h2, king g7.
What if
Or
we start
just
with
king
king?
g7,
Yeah, oh no,
king
wait, our
g7.
knight's under attack, right? So we have to
Oh,
do something about that first. G3 first.
okay.
And this is the position. So we had to find just win the piece, I guess.
Yeah, we
no
tried
mate.
too hard.
Yeah,
He's gonna promote to another queen.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
this is game
so
over.
I guess keeping the queens worked out for black here. Yeah.
Yeah, Ethan messed up. I think I said Ethan was doing well. I didn't realize. So Ethan has the white pieces. Yeah.
Okay, so Nikash is going to win this
yes.
and be at a perfect score
Yes.
with 5 out of 5.
Yeah,
Good game,
and
Nikash.
he will probably join Eric Liu, so they will be paired tomorrow.
Yes.
Let's go on to board 3.
Okay. Will's game. Yeah, we left off here with the pawn sacrifice. It was a sacrifice.
It was indeed.
And sorry. And then we have this position, and white has some compensation.
Just we said it's important to put pressure on the E file to take advantage of the king in the center. Ooh, is there any sacrifice in E6 at some point? I guess
Probably not there because of Queen D7, right? You're not ready for that. I don't really like Queen F3 though, because I would develop something like this,
Rook
right?
E1, yeah.
Is there some trick with Knight F5 or something after castles, and then?
No, don't you just take an Oh, you still can take an E6.
Yeah, something like Rook E1 or Rook D1 would have been more natural than moving the queen again, I think. Okay, so more trades. More trades.
Okay.
Okay, so white is down a pawn, but has a better king, and black has some weak pawns. So white should be able to hold this as a position. Okay.
I think white has done a really good job of improving their pieces. Pawn down, but they kept the pressure. They built in some attack on the king side. Now queen comes in. It's not easy for black to really take advantage of the extra pawn, and it's backward. Well, it's not backwards, but the d6 pawn is kind
very
of
vulnerable. By the way, Sabina, question for you: would you just take with the queen and not? No, that'd be just much worse, right? Because you'll be like, if you allowed this pawn to fall, you'll be worse position and no material, right? So at least you have the material to has a consolation prize, right?
Yeah, he should not have allowed this.
Yeah,
one.
so maybe there should have been something done earlier from black side. Yeah, it seems like Queen D7, and it looks like Queen just moved twice, right? So I wonder if there should be something that black could have done. It's hard to say, though. It's hard to say, right? Because when Knight C6 comes, the Queen has to move anyway. So perhaps was castling the mistake?
But
Possibly,
what to
right?
do?
Yeah, if you play Rook C8 and then Queen C7, then there's still Knight C6.
No, but if you go Rook C8, there is Knight C6 now.
Yeah, but then at least I didn't castle. So
but you still have the, or you want to keep the king in E7, but then you might deal with F4, F5 and trying to open up the file to your king.
I mean, I'll take with the queen. And then Rook D1, I guess. Yeah, now I had to decide how to deal with this, right?
Yeah.
What is E5 too much? Bishop A3.
I have an idea of black trying to trade queens. That's what he would like to do, but how can he do it?
Yeah, it seems like both players played well enough. White, yeah.
Maybe a few moves earlier, maybe like, okay, so knight d4 is played here, right? So trade. Maybe this is the moment, maybe not bishop e7, maybe just go, yes, and rook c8. Or was there a sacrifice yet in e6 here, or?
Interesting point there.
I'm just trying to, or queen c7 first. I liked your queen c7 or d7, wherever you want to put the queen.
Yeah. It's hard to say. I think both players kind of did their best here, and the balance is still there. White has compensation, so Will's doing a good job of at least having some pressure. So okay.
I wish we could find out if he did give up the pawn on purpose, if it was planned, or...
Yeah, of course it was a sacrifice. No doubt about it.
No, I mean, I know. Like, oh, you think... Are you being serious?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, obviously, I don't think so. I mean, he had other ways to play this, but he thought probably that, it's maybe compensation. And I was scared that after all these trades, White's play will go down. But there's surprisingly enough play.
This reminds you of the Smith-Morra gambit, but there usually have the light square bishop in c4, putting pressure on f7, and it's unclear, but in this situation, I think it's kind of nice.
This reminds me of the Maroczy positions, actually, a little bit, but without the e4 play. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I was thinking Smith-Morra because it pawned down,
Yeah.
So...
All right.
Still Sicilian, so we're on the right page.
Yes.
Anyways, it was Sicilian. Good. Do you have the overall results page? Yes, I
Yes,
do.
Sabina will copy it in the Twitch chat if you want to take a look at the standings.
Yeah, and you can click through.
And also, guys, let me know if there's a particular board, 0 through 14 in the championship section. And there are further rating sections that we'll look at.
You know what? We never looked at the last board. I'm curious, the under 700
Okay.
kids, how are they doing?
Got it. Let's take
How
a
much
look.
time do they spend? The game is probably over. Or maybe they're still playing. No, it's
The game is over. Okay.
The game is over. So let's see how someone
Okay.
who's playing on the
Why
low.
not?
Let's take it that way.
This
as
is
we're
the
waiting.
game with Marissa Threets from
Threets.
Illinois.
Yeah.
Oh, my state. And Luna Tiongson from Minnesota.
Both 4 under 4, 2 girls playing against each other. Nice.
Okay, so we have the Bishop's opening. And somebody went for the fried liver attempt. Feels a little early. And we have d5. But this is a bit strange because I would assume that knight h6
Yeah, that's
is
some
moved here. That feels like a free pawn. Uh-oh.
Oh no. So black
this
is trying
black
to
is-
defend,
yeah.
but
Black-
not in the right way.
Threw the baby out with the bathwater, as I say, right? Like, and now white is just winning by a lot of material, and has a triple, beautiful fork here. And black does that to win back some material.
That's a
It's
nice
actually
tactic.
yeah, it's a nice tactic, absolutely. And sorry,
We both got distracted by the birthday
somebody's
song.
saying
that's-
happy birthday outside. Yes,
it's being
happy birthday to
happy birthday,
your
whoever is
celebrating.
a birthday here.
Okay, so yeah, general mistakes like tactical, right? Giving up material, and I would say some tunnel vision, right? Not considering all the possibilities.
Yeah, but these girls are still improving,
Mm-hmm.
and they're at a point where they still can learn from it. So, if there's anyone in the chat and watching our stream and is
Mm-hmm.
a lower level or is, has a kid who's at that level, those are some kind of things that is general advice that you can. Oh wow! So black ended up winning this game, although
Yeah.
white was the one who was doing
Yeah,
much better.
yeah. So white kind of lost the thread. I think the key was the main mistake was white did not consider how strong and annoying the knight coming to d4 would be, and instead of dealing with that, it's almost like not seeing that white exacerbated the problem by playing queen f3.
Yeah.
So something like bishop e3, right?
Yeah.
Control that square. If the knight comes in here, you could chop it off, or you could chop it off later. At least, so this is why being aware of some of your opponents, or try to be aware of all of the opponent's ideas is very important before you consider your own. So, yeah, I would say that's the main thing. White did start off much better. In fact, we can say that knight e6, very tempting, but bishop f2 was the starting of the turning point,
Yeah.
because perhaps something else like queen g4 or queen h5, and then something along those lines,
Or just castle,
or just castle, right?
The reason we're emphasizing on this so much, Gauri and I, is because you basically went and took a double pawn that's weak and it's gonna be weak long term, and you gave up a pawn from f2, and now you've created 2 separate islands for yourself, and also your king now cannot castle.
Yeah.
And it's a bit tougher if you're not familiar with how to get your king to safety. It's a bit tougher to come up with things, of course,
Yeah. So thinking of chess as a two-way traffic rather than one-way traffic, right? Think of the other people, the other person's intentions. Definitely very important, as you can see from this game. So you can learn a lot from this game. And if you're under 1,000, in fact, I think we should go to the under 900 section to see
Yes.
what happened in that game.
And also, we should also check the under 1700 because that's a section we did not look at all.
Hello, JMC. Thank you. So we have, pardon me, let's go to the board 19. We left off around here. And I was harping about the pawn tension, right? Nobody was taking it for... I see sometimes in my class, like I teach like a third grade class. Kindergarten, second grade class. And sometimes I see people piling up on this in the center, like they put the pawns on e4, d4, c, and I'm like, why are none of you guys taking anything in the center? And they're
Maybe
like,
they just like the way it
and
looks.
they say that we're making peace. We're not crossing the border.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, actually, some of the kids, they played a game where they never cross anything. You're not allowed to. They made up their own rule.
I see.
You can't cross over until I don't know.
Oh, they need to agree. Peace treaty is broken.
They have a
We're
peace
going to
treaty,
war.
like, and so they load up all over here, and then I guess that they decided. I'm like, come on, like, just.
Interesting.
So it's kind of like nobody wants to start anything here. So and finally, Black started to take
Okay, nice.
and take. And now,
The E6
but the
pawn
thing is, the
weak.
E6 pawn is still vulnerable. So knight d5 should be played, I think.
That goes to say why we explained earlier, if you're watching, that's why you usually capture towards the center,
Yeah.
because that way your central pawns will be better protected, and you're not gonna risk anything. The E6 is quite weak, so now White has a clear plan. Why is that a blunder?
I think it's a miss, but again, it's very minute. So I'm not gonna focus the minutia here, because there's probably other misses. Okay, so White blundered the c2 rook. What could White have missed there? Oh no!
Oh,
The bishop!
Missed the bishop recapturing. Okay.
Yeah, once again, even in under 1,000, right? The tunnel vision is there. Seeing what you want to see, being excited when you see something. Don't be too excited.
Yeah, always double check.
Always falsify your findings. Be like a scientist.
Falsify.
Falsify.
I like that
falsify,
word.
yeah.
Nice word.
You see something.
I thought you said falsify, and I was like,
Falsify.
what? That
Yeah.
makes no sense, Gauri.
You falsify your thesis, right? Like you have an idea. And
No, but
Yeah.
I understood it wrong. I thought you said falsify, like falsify documents, like
Oh, like forge. No,
yeah,
not like
forge.
that.
And
No,
I was like,
falsify.
why would Gauri say that?
Falsify.
See me and hearing
your theory. So like,
Yeah.
try to see like what am I missing? What could be wrong with that? Like this is too good to be true, right? And it is too good to be true.
Yeah.
Here.
I mean, even if the bishop couldn't capture, I think.
There's still a mate here, right?
There's still
Oh my
yes.
gosh, yeah.
So like if
Good point.
if you can go king h8, then the knight takes and then queen f2. And
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's a bit tough, but it's okay.
Oh,
that's a nice.
Very nice.
That's a really nice finish. This is like a
puzzle rush.
puzzle rush or puzzle racer. Just go for it. All the.
Yeah, wow, what a nice finish.
I like the finish.
I think if we ask Munib where he learned this from, he'll say puzzle rush.
Probably. Probably. You see this quite a bit.
Yes, what a finish.
So.
Nice tactic by Munib. Okay, and then
right, let's
I'm gonna go to 800. 1100. Why
All right.
not? Which
Why?
also just finished and looks like a picturesque position with 3 pawns.
And we have another girl on top board. I like that. I like to see girls doing well. It would be nice because we've been doing this commentary for quite some time, and it's rare that we see a girl on one of the top boards, like first board.
Yeah, I think
haven't
so.
seen
We have seen a few, but yes.
Yeah, and so it's great. So we have Tripathi Aryansh against Catherine Jiang.
Okay, so I'm gonna go through this quickly because we want to cover all the games. So
Of course, and let us
showcase.
know if there's some game you want us to go over. If it's broadcasted live, we're happy to.
by the way, look at this is a blunder. Knight b5, forking.
Oh, that's a
pawn,
very typical
fork
idea.
followed by another fork. That is a lot of
Fork
pain. Yeah.
festivity.
And now White is playing very solid. I like it. Hi Noir, welcome in.
Noir, welcome.
Okay, so we have
Yeah, Gauri has not done a very good job, but don't worry, I will make sure that I will
Announce
talk
the-
to him after the stream.
what am I supposed to?
You didn't announce that you're streaming, Gauri.
I didn't announce
You
it.
didn't miss doing
I don't have
commentary
a-
with me. I can't believe that. I
Okay,
cannot
I'll
believe
post
it.
on Instagram tomorrow that we're commentating.
I already posted. You just need to share it.
Yeah.
It's easy. I make your life so easy.
Okay.
You should be happy about it.
Anyway, it looks like White won night.
Oh, look
game.
at that nice mate.
Nice checkmate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Creative. Okay. Then
All right.
1400.
17.
We left off here. David Culberson versus Joshua Peruman.
Yeah, both from Texas.
And White was slightly better in this game. But, because Black had less space on the queen side. Let's see how... The game's still going on, by the way, so we should
catch up.
catch up. So
King
there's some
H2.
misses. I think it might be related to Queen A4 again. Trying to get that C6 pawn, right? I would definitely play that.
And then knight e5.
Yeah, exactly.
But why would king h2 be a blunder?
Maybe it's just not really helpful because king on h2 it's not necessarily like, what does it do on h2, right? It's it doesn't look that
Just kind of wasted
useful.
time, yeah.
Yes. So, by the way, I wonder if bishop a6, bishop, is this an idea? Maybe. There's no need to rush with that either, actually. But that is an idea in some positions. I've seen it in London happening a lot.
Yes.
So why'd you play on the queen side? King h2.
He also has the b file. Can go rook b1, rook b7 as well.
Right. Yeah, kind of weird. White is not really going for his trumps. Takes. That's a bad move by black because now the knight's kicked out, right? Mm-hmm. But maybe black wanted that trick. However, it's like very one-dimensional move. It doesn't really, there's no follow-up after rook h1.
So white in this position, after rook h1, there is a follow-up to make a draw. Bishop takes g5. Bishop takes queen takes g5.
White is trying to win the game, right?
I'm
there's
saying.
a tactic here, absolutely.
Yes.
So
no, wait, you're winning. So taking g5 twice, and then you have bishop h7, bishop.
It's an equal trade, yeah. So yeah, let's show it. So it takes.
Well, no, if the queen was still in d7, that's how it worked. Now it's protected.
I see.
That's what I was saying.
Now it's a draw. It's a draw because if you go bishop f5 is queen h6, so you have to make a draw here. But earlier, you're right. If the queen was on d7,
yes. So here's
let's play a move here. Bam, bing, kaboom. Splash. You like the sound effects? Okay.
Yes.
Check.
Yes.
Now you win so you won a piece, right? You sacked a queen and you won sacked a queen for a bishop and you win the whole queen back. That's a nice tactic here, Sabina. But queen e6 seemingly stops this. I don't know if black even saw this. Sometimes you can like accidentally prevent stuff.
That's true.
You know.
So how should white continue here? Did they make another move? What did
how should he continue? Well, let's see.
G4.
I like this idea of G4 bishop F5. It's number one idea. Number two idea.
Rook H5.
Yeah, we're thinking of the same things. G4 looks nice.
Yes, it does.
G4 looks nice. I like what I'm doing. What we're doing with the place, right?
Yes.
So let's see if we haven't had a move yet. So, we do F4, and it's an exclam by the engine. Hold on a second, because knight e4, f3. Is that the reason?
Really? Maybe f5 and no, but you can't sack.
Maybe f3 first, knight f6,
f5,
and then we sacrifice the bishop.
Okay.
Oh wow, that's the idea. So white goes for a more concrete solution. Positionally suspicious, but actually it works. Mm-hmm. And now it doesn't like h5. Maybe the engine wants to provoke some. I'm not sure, actually. F5 looks okay, but perhaps there was something else. Perhaps some.
But the bishops are restricted, which make it kind of difficult. I think.
Maybe the rook h5 was good, but okay. Yeah, our bishop is now blocked, right? So rook h5 was probably the best move here, and then no, I missed a tactic. There's a tactic here. White to play and win, apparently. Okay, let's find it. White to play and win.
Okay.
Oh, I think I got it. It's bishop h7, king h7,
Queen b1.
f5. Is that true?
Do you want to take an h6 after, or?
And if but it's queen f6, right?
Yeah.
Oh, there's no trick. Never mind. Sorry, bishop h7 doesn't work.
I think it's just queen b1, bishop f5.
You just want to play normal stuff?
No, it's queen b1, bishop f5.
Why not queen c2?
Okay, sure. Queen c2, fine. Queen on the...
Just queen c2?
Queen c2, knight f6, bishop f5.
And the queen is gone.
Yeah.
And there's no way to solve this. Very simple move.
Yeah. Don't look for tactics. Look for natural moves.
F5?
That's the new rule.
F5? I guess it's very, very bad to play F5, right?
G4?
Rook H5 or G4, and then that's it. Okay, so no need to be fancy here. So in the game, he played this, which blocks the bishop, so we should target the knight. Okay, nothing fancy here, huh?
No, well, queen c2 is good enough.
Yeah, okay. So here, queen c2 was winning. Okay, so we have the current position, queen f6. White is still much better, but
Bishop f4,
it's hard
bishop
to
b5.
try something. That's a good
Because
move.
he blocked his bishop. I think both you and I don't like f5 because the bishop in d3 is blockaded now. So you just need to get that
Yeah,
f6 move. I know. I just was gonna give it. No, I can't. Can't give it up.
You can, but should you? Or do you want
Fine.
to?
I can play queen c3 followed by bishop f4 and. Or rook h4.
Rook
you're
h4, right? I was
rook
thinking
h4.
rook h4, and
The
then
problem is like when you go bishop f4, I can still take the pawn because your rook will be hanging. That's why I wasn't gonna suggest that move.
okay, so queen c3 is something very calm and boring. Perhaps, yeah. White has made his life more difficult with this move, f5 for sure, but still much better.
Yeah.
So rook h4, those are rook g4 ideas as well, and our queen c3, right? Like you said. Yeah, and then trying to do this stuff.
Yes.
Again, can't
Just
help but think
improve.
there's something else, but okay.
After queen f6. I mean, do you want to go for the sacrifice? You can go bishop h6. But I think you're one move behind.
There is one
Because-
idea. Sorry to interrupt. F4 g4.
No,
f3.
no, no, no.
I mean, it's possible.
I do not accept.
I understand that it's hard to accept, but it is possible. Stranger things have
blocking
happened.
both of your bishops.
I know, but it's
Unacceptable.
unacceptable.
Let's try bishop h6. See,
it is
look at
possible.
look at
Yeah,
the
it's
line.
still
Look
winning.
at
It's still winning. Yeah,
still winning, but it went
yeah,
down.
it's straight. Yeah, it's not so good.
Okay, let's try bishop h6. Does it work? Because I know you like
Yeah,
you like
sacrifice thing.
sacrifices. But it's not gonna work because he has queen g5.
Yeah,
right?
this is too much now. And what takes?
Queen g5.
Queen g5.
I was gonna go
Queen
rook
g5
h7, but
queen
I
g5.
still have an exchange down.
Yeah, queen g5, rook h7. This queen takes.
Queen
one, yeah,
takes,
unfortunately. Yeah, so this is not good for us. Oh. Apparently it's the blunder, queen g5.
Oh, queen h1.
It might be queen h1. Okay, so it's not
Oh.
that, because queen h1, and then we can
f6 after.
we can play f6. Yeah, that's cool.
But what about knight f6?
Oh no, it's not queen h1.
Yeah, because there's knight f6,
Yeah.
and then king g7, no more checks.
What are we
Going to
missing?
do.
It's
What about
just-
f6?
f6
Yes.
here.
Go for
I
f6.
take the queen.
Your bishop h7 check.
7 check. Oh,
Don't you like my mate is coming somewhere?
that is very
I'm not
cool.
sure where it is. I'm not sure where
but
it is.
no, the thing is,
But we have equal material after I take your queen.
yeah, we can just take the queen back. If you want to be more fancy, I don't think we can be.
No, this
we
is
gotta
the
take the queen,
fanciest.
yeah.
Already that was
This is the
that was
fanciest
a
we
lot.
can be. And
Yeah.
bishop f6,
Some discover.
we can go for some mate ideas, right? Like check, and then rook 8. Oh no, it's not check. Oh, is the king being hunted? We just go for normal stuff. Like we can take the pawn.
and c6. Yeah, then rook
Yeah.
d6 taking
Yeah.
different.
Okay, so
Okay, so wait.
it's not the reason, but queen d4 maybe, or queen d.
Queen d4
Maybe it's a brave
to
queen
keep
d4.
the bishop
yeah.
attacked.
Yeah, that's not working. Okay, no sack. We just had to play normal chess.
But we had some interesting finishes
Yeah,
though. Like
yeah.
it was worth trying for the
Okay,
mates.
so right now the position is.
we just did it for the content.
Yes, that's our excuse. We're just trying to make good content.
Yes.
So no sacrifice, just queen c3 or rook h4 ideas.
What is it 3? I mean, I think white is doing so good in this position with the pawn structure. That
I have an
you
idea.
don't-
Okay, Sabina.
Okay.
What about rook b1?
Okay, what do you want? Rook b7, rook
Yeah.
c7.
Because if they go rook b8, now after takes take, I can sneak in with the bishop, right? So if they go like this, I
True.
chop, and then play this, attacking the rook.
Mm-hmm.
Rook goes somewhere random, and then now I got what I wanted, right? So rook b1 is a simple move.
And you could have
actually.
shown a couple more moves to how you trap the queen, because queen g5, f4, queen g4, bishop e2. Oh no, it's not trapped. Wait, there's f5 hanging.
No, rook h4 traps, right?
No, because there's a bishop.
Ah, sorry. Okay, wait, we can fix that.
We can fix it,
We can
but
fix that.
I don't know how.
Uh,
Just move the queen, queen d1, followed by rook h5.
I guess so. There. I'm just looking for some tactics here, but maybe not. We had to move the queen. Yeah, this looks really bad though for black. But apparently there's a winning trap here. But
We don't know where it is.
well, the thing is, Sabina, the queen is not running away anywhere, right? So can we, after queen g4, it's really trapped.
It's
But
yeah,
how
but
do
you
I
can't.
queen c2 bishop e2 maybe? Because protects this too, right? Very simple move.
Okay.
A small step for a queen, but
Big step for the bishop.
big step for everybody else. Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Okay.
that's a cool line.
Okay, I like that.
And so I like rook b1.
Okay.
Very sneaky move, right? Rook b1. But again, there's a move that the engine says there is +3, but I don't see it. Okay, let's move on to a different game.
Yes. Let's go back to this was which one was 17? Let's go to board 15. It's
Okay.
first board and under 1700.
Under 1700 section.
Oh,
And we have a draw.
wow.
Okay, so this is a 65 move game, so I don't want to start from the beginning.
No, just kind of go a
Oh,
few
sorry, I
moves,
skipped that. Okay, so let's just go back maybe
like
10
to some
moves.
reds.
Okay, so we had
Looks like black was winning here according to this.
yeah, black was winning because it's actually not that simple because white has a c6 pass pawn. But maybe the king is kind of exposed here. So after rook b2, some sort of h4. I think h4 was the move, Sabina.
H4.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure h4 was the move here. You have to do that, right? Or is it rook d3? or
Rook
something?
d3, I was thinking. Rook d3, and then if you go queen g2, rook c3, try to stop the pawn.
I was thinking h4.
I think the pawn is important to be stopped.
We should play this and then think of rook d3, I think.
But if you go rook d3, queen g2, then you can go maybe rook d1, queen e1, and oh, you don't have mate or anything.
You want to do this? And then
Oh,
here.
that's what he did. Okay, never mind.
Oh, that's what happened in the game, yeah. So I thought h4 was better. Just to open up the queen and then open up the king side.
Oh, so this idea is not good.
We'll see two x-ray. And
That's a
suddenly
nice one.
the trades are happening. And
Oh,
now
no, you
we're
should not
losing for
trade.
black. Oh my goodness.
H4 came a bit too late.
And c7. And that's a draw. So hold on a second.
There's probably some perpetual somewhere.
Yeah, there's a perpet. So
So probably need to give a couple of checks to make sure you're covering some kind of... I'm not sure where's the perpetual, because...
yeah, this is a very understandable move, right?
Yeah.
You think you're gonna win the game after this move,
So
but
maybe
apparently
queen
it's
c3
a draw.
first was necessary?
Wow, an inescapable. It's like a it's a triangle.
Wow, beautiful.
Triangle of draw. Is it an isosceles?
Yes, it's not the three equal. I don't know the word in English
Is
for
it
it.
equilateral? No.
No.
You know, it's a triangle. That's all
Yes.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's equal.
What,
It's
is it equal?
those diagonals are equals. I mean, I know the word in Romanian. I don't know how it's said in English. I should have learned math in
it's
English.
not. It's not even. No.
It is even. Those
it?
diagonals are even.
Okay. All the.
Well, no.
Okay. Yeah.
The equidistant one is the one that has all three
Yeah.
equal.
What's that one?
I mean, in Romanian language is equilateral.
Equilateral. Okay.
I
That's
mean,
not
I don't
equilateral.
know
Yeah.
what's in
It's not
English.
equilateral. Okay. So
It's not.
anyway, so the triangle.
So that would be isosceles in Romanian. So I guess it's whatever you said. in
So queens
English.
queens make triangles. That's what I'm saying.
We just learn.
Yeah.
We're just doing some math.
Yes.
Learning words. It's fine. I mean,
And yeah, so this is an inescapable pattern of draw. But what if they block with the queen or something at some point? But the problem is that if you block with the queen,
you still have that kind of triangle.
there's other issues
As well,
Yeah,
yeah.
you can't use the queen to block.
Yeah.
So
So basically, what we want to say is come for the chess and stay for the math
Geometry
ideas.
lessons, yeah.
Geometry lessons.
No, I think Sabina, I think,
Queen c3 check. I think you have to give first.
and then play c7,
yeah.
breaking the triangle. Right?
Okay, so let's.
You can't
play.
make a triangle if I
they-
control this.
You can still
Show
do
me the
some
triangle.
checks. Let's see. So
I don't think so. Check
just play
first,
the f6.
and then c7. No
Okay.
more triangle.
No more triangle. But I was gonna give queen e4 check, but okay.
Okay, sure.
I guess
Do whatever you want.
Might...
Here. Yeah, with the queen here, how do you build the triangle?
Well, I'll try. So queen f4. Queen e4. No, queen.
Yeah, it makes sense. The queen is a little bit more
he's
active
gonna hide.
here.
The pawn is very
Yeah,
strong, so
yeah.
all white needs to do is just bring the king to b8. It's just circle around through c file, and even if there are some checks, you're just gonna hide from the a file.
So the lesson here is that if your queen is a little bit further up the board, give your king some, that prevents the perpetual because you have more room for the king to maneuver around. And in general, queens, they control more squares as you move up the board, right? So
Yeah.
I think he was concerned about,
The thing is, in my opinion, queen endgames are some of the toughest ones
Toughest,
when you
absolutely.
have to defend.
yeah.
I think it's tough, but also when you're trying to improve because you can easily. Okay,
He lost the pawn, that's why.
Oh,
But so now, and he offered a draw, by the way. Sorry, I think we lost our train of thought there. But okay, but this is kind of
this is can be played.
yeah.
for a
But I
while.
understand why they drew because they're like
They don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know what's happening. I mean,
could have been played. Yeah, black could try, but also it's risky for black as well because this pawn is so close, right?
true. And the king is close by to well.
But the tables have turned, the turntables, because
Yes.
white was trying to win the game
Win, but
earlier, and
went-
now black is up a pawn, and
Yeah, white went through the wrong path. It had to go through c1. That's why queen c3 is important because you are circling.
get more space.
Interesting
Okay.
game. Interesting finish.
So we covered all the.
The low rated. Let's
no,
go.
actually, we haven't covered 1700, right?
Yeah, 17 board.
Oh, that
15.
we're looking at that right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is
board-
board. One more board for the 1700.
Yes.
And this game was also ended in a draw.
Wow.
Oh.
So basically, the first board, they were on 4 out of 4, both players, so they drew. They're on 4.5, and board 2, actually, they're on a 3.5. So they're on 4 points now.
Okay, so let me just see how this game. It looks like a very tactical game, where black was winning the game, had a big attack, but somehow white pushed back all the pieces.
Ooh.
And there was still a tactic. We can't take that and a counter tactic and offered a draw. And black took the draw. Wait a second.
What?
What's going on? Why
Well, white offered the draw because maybe he realized he's worse and he thought he has more time. Black doesn't have that much time. It's like, okay, I'll take the draw, but let's see how can black improve. I mean, obviously for us it's easy because we have that bar there, although we don't see the moves.
Yeah, but okay, let's play
Next
the most
time
obvious
we should
move
put no
here.
bar. Next time there will be no bar. It's
Let's
distracting.
just play the most obvious move. Takes.
Takes. I mean,
It still looks better for black because the king is open, but apparently there's a
no, but I like the rook. Why?
yeah.
I
there's
don't want to
another
give
move
up the
here.
rook.
So yeah, is the rook c5 is an option here?
I like rook c5. Maybe also rook d8. Is that an option?
Rook d8 is interesting, but I can give the rook for the queen, but then you have this queen d2 move, I think, right? That's interesting.
So black is down a pawn, but
So this is the most like.
yeah,
But then
natural.
I have this though, and then rook d8. Anything else? Any other candidate?
Yeah,
moves?
I saw rook c1. I don't know if you want to go for that. Rook c1 takes, king a2, rook b8. You have to put the queen on
Queen
the...
d4 or something.
Yeah, and then rook b4, rook a4.
So I can check as well, and then queen d3 check.
G6? You want to put it?
Yeah, we can put it on the board. So we were just saying.
Rook c1 check.
Uh,
No, I guess the computer.
rook b8,
Uh-huh.
queen d4. Which is
Rook
not the only
b4.
move, right? But,
Yeah.
like I could have played queen here as well, but we were just
Rook
looking
b4,
at this.
check. Oh, you give the check with the rook. Oh,
Yeah, here.
sorry. I thought you give it. Okay.
Yeah, like that. Getting mated. Gotta be careful.
Queen e3. Oh,
I could play queen c3 too. Or am I losing after that? Because you have yeah, I'm losing after that, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm definitely losing
Rook
after that.
A4, Queen D1, Rook B4.
Yeah, I'm losing after that. So I gotta play Queen
Queen
A3. Is that the only
A3.
move, really? Okay, it holds.
Wow.
But it's a little uncomfortable. But there are other moves there for white, like Queen E5, right? Like, oh no, but Queen E5 does this, and then no, I don't want to play Queen E5. No, sorry. Ooh, Sabina, I can play this, and then draw easy. Actually, maybe more than draw, right?
I mean, yeah.
You'll make a triangle somehow.
I'll find a triangle.
Yeah, you can find a triangle.
Now
yeah.
I learned a new thing, the triangle.
The triangle.
The triangle.
But I have
saves-
Queen B3 though, so maybe
Yeah.
not so easy. Okay, so
Okay, so let's
maybe
go back.
they saw this idea, but what is the winning move for black? It's +3. It might be Rook D1, Rook D8.
Oh, Rook A3.
Yeah, I saw Rook A3, but okay, what's the big deal? Take Queen C3 on an attack? But I don't see how that's such a big difference, right? K3?
Yeah, it's bad because I go Rook B8. Okay, just do it.
I don't think it's
Check,
that good.
check. No?
What does it do?
Rook B8.
Rook B8?
I'm stuck on that idea. Oh, Rook E2.
Rook B8. I mean, worst case scenario,
No, you
you know,
have
I can play Rook B6. And Rook,
Yeah, sure.
that's
sure.
one idea, right?
No, no, no,
Yeah, but
that's-
there's more. There's more.
No, that's silly. So it's not Rook A3. Go back.
Is
Maybe
it Rook E2?
Yeah.
So it's not Rook A3. It might be Rook D8 here. We're struggling though to find this, so I can't.
I mean, I thought it has to do with White's King being much worse than Black's, and that's for sure. White's King is.
Did we look at this move yet?
Mm,
And then Rook D8 first. Yeah, so apparently there's a winning move here.
maybe it's just Rook C2.
Just chilling.
Just yeah.
It's not a bad move.
Okay.
Playing chess, as I say. Takes.
Chess.
So I think in summation, it was a complicated position. Black didn't feel like risking it with low time and accepted White's draw offer. And White was scared that White was worse and would not hold this, or didn't know what was going on. So ideally, I don't like to see this kind of stuff especially in the kids level, because like I mean you had to take your chances right here.
Yeah.
But I understand there's a lot of pressure, as well. What did that say? People avoid negative emotions, or they value that to avoid that. They don't give as much weight to the winning a game. Like, think about it. You win the game, you win a good game, you feel good, but what do you prefer? Like, losing a game is so much more painful, right?
True.
Winning the game is not the equal level of pleasure, equal level of feeling back, right? So it's understandable, but that's how it is. Chess player problems, right? Like,
I mean, it's tricky even for us to come up with something
yeah,
to play on. But you know what? I think depending on who my opponent is, usually if they offer a draw, I just try to kind of see if I find a good move, and I just kind of forget that they offered a draw and just keep playing. And just
oh
kind
my
of.
god, I think it's Bishop C4.
No, but it's White's turn. White took an A6.
Ah. I'm losing my mind.
That would have been great.
That would have been great. Yeah.
Let's play another move.
Give me a free move. Actually, then I would check and then to win the queen.
It's like, how could we not see it? We tried so hard.
Okay,
So what about Queen A6? We didn't really consider that, did
There?
we? Queen takes A6. No, it's not that.
yeah, down a pawn, better king position though.
And it wasn't Rook C4, right?
Yeah, we did not check
Look at Rook C4.
No, we didn't check that.
Just take that bishop first.
Yeah, sorry, forgetting about the rook. Yes, rook C4. But what's the point? Like rook
Just
A5.
Rook A4.
Yeah, I don't like. Well, I just take,
Yeah.
and then what do you get?
Nothing.
Apparently, taking is wrong. But okay,
Okay, I'm gonna check this because
I think it's rook A8 here that makes the draw. No,
That was
I'm missing
bored.
something. Oh, then rook A4. Sorry, so you had to take. Maybe we could take with
it
the
was
queen.
Rook C2. We were right. It was Rook C2.
It was rook c2 here.
Yeah, I just don't know why the
Sorry, let me play this again. Rook c2.
Yeah, I don't know why that bar keeps moving, but
So the bar is actually letting
It's
us.
lying.
It's lying to us.
It's lying
It's
to
not
us.
-3.
it is -3, but I think that
It's a complicated
bar,
-3.
the bar is
Yeah.
Stockfish 11.
Uh-huh.
The actual engine that I have here is Stockfish 16.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I told you there's something.
Okay, it's
about it.
complicated. Let's move on.
Let's move on. we got way too excited about that game. Let's catch up with the top board. In
Top
the
board. Okay, here we
championship
go. Remember this game? I think it's over.
section. This was that brilliant game. Yeah,
No, it's still playing. It's still playing. Okay.
still playing. Oh,
So, pardon me. So we
Oh.
have this position at f5.
Okay.
And he did sacrifice the knight.
okay. We said
And
this was gonna be game over.
Yeah, we showed that this was winning for
gorgeous-
white.
Gorgeous
So
mate.
Anjanaya played
Queen D7. Okay.
but that gives up more material. Unfortunately, didn't have a choice. And now, I guess rook d1 is coming, or just bishop takes. Yeah, so black is shedding a lot of material here. If I at least castled, I wonder if rook d1 was playable just to prevent that castling too. But that is not going to help. Just winning a lot of material, unfortunately, for black. And this seems like a pretty hopeless endgame. I mean, yeah, nothing, no counterplay, just.
Okay. So this.
So great
Basically-
game by Eric Liu. When the against the French, looks like the Anjanaya didn't really know how to deal with this system.
Mm-hmm.
Played kind of on too many sides of the board, and then that's a really nice punishment, like really nice way to like punish g6 here, right? By white here with such energetic play, like h5 and f5, never putting the brakes on, just putting the pedal to the metal and then keeping it there, right? Never took a breather.
Yeah, I really love this
Yeah.
game. I thought it was really well played by
Well played.
Eric.
Yes. Okay, next game. This one, yeah. So black did convert this. Remember we said that black was going to. Oh, I don't know. why
Black
it's
did
going-
not trade pieces.
Sorry. Okay, there we go. Okay, so black didn't trade pieces, but got that trick with g3, and then white
Yes, it
resigned
was
here.
game-
Yeah, it was game over.
we stopped there.
Will's game, we stopped here, and white had compensation. And looks like white might have more than compensation. Are they gonna take and go to a queen versus 2 rooks?
They also are threatening some. Oh, so black felt the need to give the pawn back now. Because queen h5 is very unpleasant, right?
Queen h5 and then sack this and go queen e8 or something like that. That's the idea. Like after rook d7, right? Yeah, that was
Yeah.
so black pulled the plug. But this is like the problem is that pulled the plug too late. So the weaknesses are still there, right?
And now he also lost the pawn. So
Yeah.
now it's equal material and white's doing much better.
That's tricky. I wonder where black could have improved here. Perhaps something like queen f6 or don't know where black could have improved here. Maybe queen f6. It's hard to say, right? Maybe. Okay. So now white is currently white actually took on f6 instead of taking on e4. Oh, but the king is so vulnerable on g8. Why would you trade queens, right? Seems like a curious decision because you want to keep the queens on the board. Now it's not as good because the king on g8 is fine, and I don't think white's even winning any material by force. So that was a very curious decision by Will to trade the queens off. What was he scared of here? Now it's all rook games are a draw, right?
That's what they say. But
Or
it's a
very
myth.
drawish,
It's
yes.
a myth.
Yeah. So now we have this. Yeah, this feels like it's heading in the draw direction, but anything can happen.
I wonder if Isaac Wang is the. I played this kid who had the same name. I wonder if I played him. I think it might have been him. I need to check. But I think that I played him in the US Masters. I believe it was him. Unless it was someone with the similar names.
Yeah.
If it's
Yeah. Okay, by the way, on board 4, we stopped here.
yes.
And I said that I like the fact that white has the 2 bishops. However, black has some activity because the knight's kind of offside and the king's exposed, whatnot. A little bit more development for black. So let's see if black will use that or white will eventually catch up in that regard. And it looks like black is actually using it, putting the pieces out pretty quickly.
94, I like that.
And then, oh, that's a little passive.
Maybe he just didn't want to allow the doubling of his pawns.
But
He probably
yeah,
could have
maybe.
moved the knight.
Yeah. So let's see. Okay. Little trick to win a pawn. But the problem is an obstacle at bishop position, and this bishop f6 at the end of this line too. So it's gonna be equal. This is gonna heading toward a draw. I wonder why not bishop f6, right? I guess it's still rook. Yeah.
It's opposite color bishops. I mean, it's tough to expect to win here.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a fortress kind of thing. Rook e7, and this is going to be a draw.
No, I think they drew already.
Ah, they agreed to a draw already.
Yeah.
Okay, even better. It is a draw. Okay, so board 4 is a draw.
Let's go to board. I guess let's go to board 5, and then I want to see Megan's game again.
Remember we left off here,
Yeah.
and I said it was equalish position.
Yes.
Although I prefer white here because the king is a little bit more vulnerable.
Yeah, and he
Although
had
black
the two
has
files.
black has the c file. And let's see if anything like that happened.
Did white find a way to get that bishop in b2 somewhere?
Let's see. In fact, black found a way to get the bishop better. That was a
And then
nice
now
idea.
you can't even go rook c1.
Okay, now black is better.
Yeah.
And row. There was some
Rook f1, bishop e1, bishop f4? No,
No,
the
because the mate is
g7.
mate, right? Unfortunately, pin pieces protect.
Surprisingly.
But rook f7 was a miss. I wonder what the miss was, because I'm threatening mate. Perhaps it was rook f1 and then bishop, or just queen somewhere like
Queen e2? e7, sorry?
queen e7. Just queen e7. Just d6 though. So.
Yeah, there's this weird threat with some queen g6, queen h6 as well when you move with the
Or
rook.
queen g5. Worst case scenario.
Maybe you should just go queen e7 directly.
Oh, you don't want to check?
I'm not sure if I want to check. I think I can do it anytime. Okay, and then queen e7, or maybe even queen g5. Should we trade?
Yeah, because you know why? The bishop was kind of trapped.
Yeah, and then you
Yeah.
have rook b1.
That was the idea. So okay, now you can't invade anymore. Whoa!
Ooh, white is the one attacking now. Ooh,
How does this work?
you can't take it because something is gonna fall. I think. Wait, what happens if g takes h6?
It wasn't played, white. So if you take, there's something. You're right. Is it another like perpetual idea? But how exactly does this work?
Is it just queen h5? h4? Queen h4?
I think it might.
No.
Queen h4 just pinning it.
No, I don't see
Perhaps
it.
you could have taken actually, right? Could have taken that.
Yeah, I don't see what can you do. I mean, we can't
But
take on queen h4
I
because
think this is just a Hail Mary, like just trying to like complicate the game. B2 is exciting. Oh my goodness. 2 queens. Okay.
This is an interesting position. So is there gonna be a perpetual?
This is a crazy position. One black is up a queen. But
A queen and a bishop for a rook. And how many pawns? And 3 pawns.
what is the threat here? Rook h6.
Well, then he could have played it directly. Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
Not yet. Bishop d2 stopping this.
Okay.
And white goes for the queen, but that
What about queen f5?
he's trying for perpetual again. The triangle.
Does he have the triangle?
No, it's too many pieces.
Too many, yeah. Okay, so black's gonna win this game.
Yeah, it does look like almost perpetual, but not quite. Yeah, but how exactly is this move? But then I can win this, right?
Can I go King of Fate? No,
It
he
was
was
just an
there.
F8. So there must be some way to get out of the. I think it might be something to do with the like.
Giving up the rook.
Hmm.
Maybe you just give up the rook. You just go King D8, and after Queen check, you just go. So King D8 here.
Really?
I don't know, but I
This
think
looks very suspicious.
I'll have Bishop.
Okay.
You check, and now I go King
Oh, you want to
C7.
pick the right square to go to?
C7, yeah.
Takes
Okay, Bishop D6 check.
E3, and then we zigzag in.
And just zigzag to grab the G pawn.
I check again. I can
Yeah,
even.
D1.
You want to?
Yeah, I want to get the G pawn.
I could go for King G1 as well.
It doesn't matter.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you're gonna lose more. Because I'll give you Queen E3 check.
Okay, so whatever. I go back, and you come here. Where are we going though?
No, I.
Maybe we should just.
Wait, you don't have any check, so I can take the pawn.
You can take the
D3.
pawn, yeah.
Yeah. You have a check, and then I go King B6.
These are very slow pawns, right?
Yeah.
Okay, wow. I think black might walk. Oh, we have King D7 on the board. So black is doing what your idea, but maybe chose
No, but he chose the wrong.
square because there's no King B8, right?
Yeah.
But can
Okay, he
white,
can go back
yeah,
to
fix
it.
the issue, and that's what's gonna happen. Now I think black will find a way. Yep.
Nice. Nice hiding spot. Can we go back to that moment where white played Queen Rook
I
F8?
never thought that it'd be so simple, but I found a way. I found a way. If you open up your mind,
Is that
see what's inside.
Is
It's
that
a very
it?
famous
Is
TV
that-
show, yeah?
Oh, it's a TV
Laird
show.
knows it, right? Drake and Josh.
Yeah.
Nicola. Okay.
Gauri always starts singing. He makes me cry like all the time because it's so good. So now,
Okay. So black is finding a way.
can you go back to the moment where Rook F8 was played?
Yes. Yes. Rook F8 here. So instead of playing Rook F8, let's go all the way back.
Okay. So what was the move that white could have played here to kind of maintain the pressure? Because we're threatening some Bishop F4 as well.
Yeah, so the engine says it's 0.7, which is crazy eval considering black has two queens. But I've seen everything.
Sorry.
Nothing surprises me anymore. Is it just Queen E5 or something?
I
Sabina?
thought Queen F5 or E5. Yeah, Queen E5 with the same idea. Queen E. No. Is there a sacrifice or something? Did you actually? Oh, Queen C7.
No
Queen B8.
sacrifice.
Queen B8. Queen B8.
Oh.
No, the other one.
This one.
Yeah.
That's a heck of a way to trade pieces, all right.
But you can play D6. So if you're trying to improve your understanding in unbalanced positions like this one, be sure to check out Maurice Ashley's Chessable courses.
So this
Dark Forest. It's a trilogy
In
on
my-
Chessable. I don't think the third
No,
one came out yet, but yeah, he has a lot of positions with imbalanced material like this. Crazy queens. He probably should take this position and put it in his course. Extra stuff. Bonus example. I'm gonna send it to him. Just be like, hey, edit.
I can't make sense of this. I'm going to scroll down.
I'm
It is Queen B8.
so good.
But then Bishop G5. The only move. What's so significant about this one? It breaks the coordination of the rook? I guess?
Well, where do you move the rook? Rook E6.
Yeah. What a weird position. Anyway, I think we should go back to the game.
Gauri's had enough. No more.
We have the zigzag, Sabina. We're getting the zigzag. Yep. literally we predicted this.
Yes.
You predicted this. And yeah. So I think Kyle's gonna win this. Also, that has only 29 seconds, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's
So
10 seconds delayed. They don't
oh,
get
wait
you
a second.
to
Did he blunder this? Because is this faster, or is he kind of baiting this? Because
win. Do you have
you could go for this now, which is like almost mate. However, this leaves the king really vulnerable. Although the king can walk, many cases. So should
I
you?
wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't
I
go
don't
for
think
it?
you just try it, but I think there's queen f7 and then
Oh,
where do
no,
you
queen,
have-
not queen f7 because
Oh, sorry.
yeah, I think there's enough ways to.
But where do you hide?
hide here? Wherever
No,
I
I'll go
want.
queen c6.
Sabina, queens don't move like this.
Queen g7. When you go there, okay, queen g7.
Queen g7.
I'll make it work that way, Gauri. What do you think?
Okay, queen
G7.
g7.
Queen g7.
Okay, queen g7, king d6. You're banging on the table. Okay, okay. King d7, and then
Queen
King-
g6.
where are we going?
There, you have to kind of queen g6.
You know, I honestly think we can run this way. Honestly,
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Queen c6.
yeah, I don't think so. We're running.
Run in.
Mm-hmm.
Queen c5.
Yeah, we're running. It's over.
It's not.
I might
over
even take all your pawns.
until I say so.
Yeah, no, this is over. Actually, if we trade queens, you might win, right? That's the funny thing.
Yeah.
If we trade queens, you're winning actually.
Yeah.
But it's not
Well-
gonna work. I can once I take this, I'm winning, right?
Okay. So let's go. Let's
So, like,
try
this
to do
actually
the triangle.
variation.
I'm gonna play d6 in that position. Go back
Yeah, that's
to
fine.
when you played bishop takes g3.
So
I'm
Isaac
gonna
could go for the. Sorry, Kyle. Isaac's a different person. Kyle can play this and kind of force the victory, but he'll
Oh,
have
he
to.
played it. I think
Oh, he played it.
he
Yes.
played it. Okay. So what about d6? Let's go.
You want to sacrifice the pawn?
Yes.
But I think I can just
I'm
take
trying
with
to
the
get the
bishop.
triangle. I know. I'm trying to get the
Oh,
triangle.
you want to try and get the drawish.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's this move
But
because
the
of
queen in f2 is really good.
yeah takes. Yeah,
Mm.
it's not happening.
Queen c4.
Okay.
Queen b5.
Yeah, I admire the effort here,
Yes.
but I think you're gonna run the checks. By the way, I think we should formulate a certain rule, like. Since the queen's gonna start checking on the light squares,
squares,
we
you're
should
gonna
go to the
go on
dark.
dark
Yeah, I
squares.
think so. I think
Queen
so.
b7, king f6
Yeah,
is out
no
of
more
checks.
checks. Yeah,
And if queen g5, you probably can play queen f6, and you're
yeah. Free to go.
that way you can trade.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so Kyle Wang is going to win this game. I think. Pretty monumental effort by both players. What a wild game! I'd have a headache after this game because 2 queens on the board, right? How much more irrational can this position get?
Yeah.
Right?
Let's go to board.
I think White had a draw here, by the way. So, did you ever find out what the draw variation was?
No.
Okay, it's rook. F,
Well, let me
F6,
open it so that you don't.
apparently. Which is not as intuitive as rook cf6. What? Why? What about rook f6 is so drawish?
What move was that on?
Move number 45. Why is rook f6 the move? No way.
Because you rook g6 and stuff.
Is it? So bishop d2, let's say.
Bishop d2, rook g6, I think. Yeah, rook g6.
Rook g6, so
Bishop g4, g3. Bishop f4, g3.
that's insane.
And I guess you only have perpetual or something because your queen cannot approach. Oh, you need the rook in c6 because the queen cannot do the zigzag.
That's why.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
If you go queen b2, white is winning.
Oh, wait, we'll go through f3. Oh my goodness, because you can't do the zigzag. Maybe. Yeah. King g2, check, king f3, and you got... Oh my god.
So,
That's super
what does
crazy.
black do to draw this? I don't know. Maybe queen b7 or something? No, but that looks suspicious. Yeah, I don't know what's happening, but this is very hard to find this idea just to Slow play it like this. Anyway, it looks like let's forward to the end of the game. And oh, there's a lot of moves coming in very quickly. Looks like there was d6, Sabina, like you predicted.
Well, white is trying to get rid of those pawns, you know. But
That-
yeah, look at that, going on dark
You're
squares.
trying to get a draw here, white, but it's not gonna work because the bishop is way too good at stopping all the pawns.
because it's there on the same diagonal.
Yeah,
so
and
the
this,
king.
so yeah, okay, great game by
So,
Kyle.
We got 2 games remaining. I'm gonna figure out which ones they are.
The other ones are done.
Yeah, we only have 2 games remaining. I'm trying to figure out which
Okay.
boards.
Okay.
I'll let you know. So it's board 5. This one is still being played.
Mm-hmm.
And Megan has won her game.
Yes, Megan did win her game. That we left off around here, Megan's game, and Rook E2 and Rook B7 was played. And Megan found a way to counterplay on the B file, and she played very nicely. Yeah, so she found this Rook B7, Rook B8. We were talking about that earlier, right? And remember, we said that White should sacrifice on F5.
Did he?
White did not sacrifice on F5. So do you think that Bishop? I mean, it's risky, but G4. We talked about G4, right?
G4, yeah.
I think White played maybe it was too slow, and didn't work out. D4 was interesting. Yeah, the nice move because of this attack.
That's a nice idea. And bringing the bishop, because that bishop in F7 looked like a pawn, but then she brought it in the game. Well,
This
nice.
momentum thing is very an advanced concept of like when do you go all in, right? When things are not going in the way that you want it to. It's something very hard to understand. I think a lot of experience is required to know, like, and even if you're experienced, it's hit or miss, right?
Yeah.
But we can feel it, like, okay, if we just do something normal here, it's not gonna work out. So we need to go crazy here. But that's a hard
true.
thing to do
That's
for all levels. One of the harder things in chess.
Let's go to see the last game remaining, because that's also an imbalanced position. Gauri, board 12. So there's board 12 in the championship section of these middle school championships.
Wow. Okay.
What do we think about this position? Is White gonna be able to kind of hold? Obviously, the engine says no, but how? So what's the plan with Black to try to win? Do you just?
It looks so drawish, right?
It does. I feel like White got some kind of.
Like if I
Defensive
turtle
idea?
and then just wait.
No, I
the
don't
rook-
think. Can you really do that? I don't
I
think.
don't know. I'm just. It's probably not gonna work.
No, because
'cause
the E pawn I'm gonna promote, right?
I can always take it, right? When you play E2.
Well, you'll be in Zugzwang.
Yeah, probably in the long run it doesn't work. But the ideal fortress that White wants is maybe something like king over.
Yeah,
like,
true.
something not like here, but it's very hard to get
I agree.
there.
I agree.
Like you want,
But even then, you have to be careful, because maybe I can take your rook. Queen takes C2.
but
and
if,
with
if I
my
get two
king-
more moves, let's say, and it's not check.
Okay, so you can play it out, and I don't think you can get it. Because I will
How
just
does this
take it.
position happen? Okay, so it was like this for a while, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So White was doing the turtle formation, and then decides to
Switch it up a bit.
no. White's still doing the same formation. So Black has some breakthrough.
Wait,
It's not clear what it is.
Queen E1 check, Knight G1. Can
Yeah,
you
we already had this position earlier. No, it would not. Okay, so Queen E1, Knight G1. So I think the winning idea might be to bring the king
Yes,
closer.
King D3.
Yeah, king where?
D3 I want to play.
And then what?
Well, I don't know what your move is.
Rook E2 or something. Oh, then King takes G1.
Yeah, that's the idea that I was
okay,
saying
okay, okay.
earlier, that you
Yeah.
cannot do
You
that.
want to do this and then this.
Yes, even with your king in C1, I was gonna do the same.
So Rook G2, let's say. Just wait.
I wonder if I could somehow get to play some Queen D2, and then kind of King C2, King takes the pawn. I mean, I know it's kind of, you know what I mean?
It's very
Like,
creative. Okay.
just try to get that B pawn, and then figure out how I promote mine. So,
if you-
but I
if you-
first take the B
yeah.
pawn, because I think that's.
I don't like this idea fully because at some point I have Knight F3 and then you had to go up here Queen.
Yeah, but
so-
I mean, that's.
Yeah, it's
We
it's
have to see how
possible.
to do it if you sit
Very
there.
fascinating position actually to see how Black can break through here.
But there must be a way for Black to break through, right?
What if I went coming to what if I can get to G3 and then you check me, right? Or somewhere. Oh, but you check me here, I guess.
You know, I just realized something. I need to be careful with actually taking the B pawn because there might be stalemates then. Maybe I should leave that pawn there.
But I'm not gonna. This pawn might fall at some point. Not a big deal. But like, so what if I get this position? Let's say, Sabina, isn't that kind of close to Zook's one?
No, because rook h3, right?
Then queen takes h3.
But king g1. I mean, the king and pawn.
But then I take, I think e2, right? You can play e2.
No, but I take with... Oh.
Yeah.
And then I go knight g1, and when you promote, it's going to be stalemate. If I get rid of the b pawn, that would be a nice
that is funny. Yeah, so
right?
hold on. So that's a really fun... But the pawn is there.
I know,
Yeah,
so we need to start pushing it with white. I think instead of making those waiting
Wouldn't that be
moves-
hilarious if without the pawn it's a draw, and with
Yeah.
the pawn it's not a draw?
But actually, so then let's just do it. Let's just start pushing the b pawn. So now
What's the current position?
I don't know.
Queen f6, knight g1, king d3, rook g2, queen f1. Okay,
So he's trying to hold on to that pawn, but I think that pawn should be gone.
okay, you know what? Let's just do an experiment. I want to
Okay.
get rid of the pawn for you.
Okay,
So
sounds
guys,
good.
we're just making some random moves. We're not trying to make the best moves. We just want to get this position. Okay. So what's the position that you want? Like queen f...
Yeah, so I'm just sitting here.
I want this king to come over. Okay, I need to make this somehow. Okay, I'm just gonna try to make this. Okay, there we go. This is the position I want, right?
Okay, right. Well, this you're winning because if I play rook h3.
This is the stalemate trick you're talking about, right? Takes,
Oh yeah, yeah.
takes.
But this is winning.
Oh, because I get opposition, right?
Yeah, because opposition. Because before I had the pawn.
Yeah, before the... So you can't have everything.
I can't have
You
everything.
can't have everything. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Oh,
So this is
sad.
yeah. So but the idea was cute though. Like if I played for e2, it's a draw.
Knight g1, it's a draw.
Stalemate.
No matter what you promote.
You can make a bishop.
Yeah. And play on a bit more. See, maybe he goes in the wrong corner somehow. But I'm pretty sure TDs would stop the game.
Yeah.
Just like,
That's a
So
cute
we
way,
can't.
but unfortunately it doesn't work. So this
doesn't.
this is winning, right? Because what's the next? So let's say rook e2,
a rookie to queen f2.
queen a1 or something. No, not queen a1. Sorry. How do you win this again?
I don't know.
How do you break the fortress?
I'm still thinking. Maybe something with a mate on the H file, like, maybe. Oh, but then you have rook g2 check, so you're pushing my king away.
Yeah, it's not easy to break this, but it's... Well, we'll see if Black finds a way to do it, because we're going to have something similar.
And this is the last game remaining, so
Yeah.
we're definitely looking at it.
Well,
I
by the
think
way,
this is a draw.
Yeah. But then this is -6.
No, it's just... Oh, there, but
Yeah.
like, that's Stockfish 11.
You don't trust the Stockfish. Yeah,
No.
It's some sort of weird... I wonder if there's a table base here, because this is solved by table base, right?
I just don't know on chess.com how you put the table
Okay.
base. Do you know how to put it?
I don't know. Not this one. But you can try on there, right? If table base is there.
Yeah, I just don't know which one.
It doesn't show. Okay. So right now the pawn is there. Black is going after the pawn, it seems like. I don't think that's the right way to go. Where is it go? Like, I think Black's trying to win the pawn, Sabina, because...
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
So, but then, how is he gonna win? Because we already know that's not possible. Like, that's not really winning.
We don't know that.
Well, we tried. I mean, it says -6, but I mean, we can't. It's one of those study-like positions that you have to spend the time and try to figure out. I mean, it's
remember
definitely
the analysis we had
interesting.
was right here. We were right here, and this we couldn't make progress with. Right
Yeah.
after rook e2, we couldn't really make progress. King f4. Just wait. What? Maybe there's a way.
Okay, I may bring the king to d3, but
What about some checks, like some diagonals? Yeah, best bring the king to d3. Sure.
no, I would need the king somewhere else so I can play.
I think
Okay,
it might
queen e1.
Yeah.
Queen e1.
What if we pin the rook and then wait for queen on e4, okay? And then we just force king h2, right? And then we go check.
Well, but I go queen e1 here. What do you do?
Okay. Yeah, and then queen h4 check, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the plan.
Check.
Here and queen
Queen
e4.
e4.
I think we
Casual
found the holy
player.
grail
Hi,
here.
welcome.
Rook g2, and now it's a pin. So now we keep it here, right?
Okay. Okay. So now I need to move the queen. So you want to get this position with white spot?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got it. Check.
Queen b7.
Check.
Okay.
The triangle again.
Queen e4. Yeah. This one is an equilateral. Right?
Yeah.
Kind of. Maybe not.
It's I don't know.
No.
So we make this. It's. I could make a YouTube video about this position. Like, imagine you're playing white in this position, black in this position. You need to make this position white's move. How do you do it? We make a triangle.
That's yeah.
3 is more than 2.
Okay.
No, so white moves in a 1-2 fashion, but black moves in a 1-2-3 fashion, right? Yeah. So now, okay, actually, to be serious, now it is white's turn. What does white do?
And 92.
92, I take.
Oh,
right?
92, no.
Yeah, I take.
No. Oh, sure. I was going to be fancier. I was going to go queen h4, queen e1, Can't you go for my line? So much nicer.
Queen h4, that's the same thing.
Queen e1,
that's the same thing. Yeah. Okay,
no,
okay. What else can we do? If we go here, I can check, and now I can play this, and I win.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's one more move, though. I thought there was one more move here. There's one more move.
No, knight h3.
Knight h3.
Knight h3, because
E2.
if you go into knight f2
Knight 2.
check, knight f2 check, you move. Wait. It's nice. So knight h3, e2, knight f2 check, and now you go king
D4.
somewhere. D4.
And we're winning, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we still have to play queen versus rook. That's gonna take a while, but
Make queen, and then the funny thing is, I think it's almost Philidor anyway, like close to Philidor position.
Which one is the actually Philidor? Because I don't know.
Philidor is the king is on f3, king's on somewhere here, and the queen's on h4.
Yeah.
I had it in a game, Chicago Open.
Okay.
The funny story, I was playing an FM, and it was a final round, like a morning round last day, 10 a.m. I overslept. I woke up 40 minutes late. I got up to my car. I don't even know if I like used the bathroom. I just woke up 40 minutes late, and I drove really fast because I live close. I was 45 minutes late. I played Carol Khan, and my opponent had a 50 minute lead, and I'm just like, and then I had to grind out an end game. Queen and rook.
Well,
and I won the game.
So this lesson actually teaches you that 45 minutes of extra sleep it's gonna help you win the queen versus rook end game.
Yes.
So make sure you're getting your extra sleep, guys.
That was because I could have forfeited because like I could have not shown up, right? But I'm like,
right, 1 hour.
I just went there anyway. I didn't think too much, and
well, I'm glad it worked out for you.
Hi, casual player. Yes, we're in Atlanta. How you doing? Okay, so this is a meaning for obviously. Should I show the whatever? We should look at the position.
Yes. Just scroll back. Yeah.
Oh, so black is still trying to get that pawn.
Okay, so we kind of figured out at least how it's winning.
Oh, there was that triangle option, by the way. It's happening, kind of. At least the pin is happening.
Yeah, but there's still the G pawn. Do we care about it? The B pawn.
I think black is trying to win the pawn by making white play knight e2 or something. Because we can't play rook e2. You can play.
He played 92, but I don't know.
Yeah, so he gave up the pawn, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna get. We predicted this happening. We're gonna get the position.
But apparently there might be some draw because it doesn't say like -6 anymore, so I'm not sure.
But eventually it will be. So we'll get this position. He'll win the pawn, and we'll go to this position at the end with the triangle, and then we're gonna see a queen rook.
Yeah.
Should I show the Philidor position?
Yeah.
You guys, you want to see it in the chat?
Yes.
Let me know. Okay, so we're gonna. So here. Okay, I can't force this, but I'll just show you how to get that position. So like,
he's just gonna sit.
Okay, so make some moves for
King G1.
King G1. Okay, so I think I'll start with like a check.
King H2.
And I can start with a check.
King G1.
And then I can go king here.
And I think this is game over already.
Yeah, we're getting close. It's pretty bad.
But rook G8.
Yeah, whatever. So I guess okay. Now you can check me though. But then Rook G8 already looks like losing because I can start to like zigzag and win this.
and
It's
win
not.
the rook.
It's not fully Philidor yet.
Okay, you can make it
okay, so
randomly.
here we go. Okay,
Okay, all right.
so this is Philidor position.
Yes. All right.
So now I want to make this position White's move because I want them to separate the rook and the king, right? So to do that, I had to make a certain triangle, I think, again. So let me try to remember how to do this, okay? So I want this position to happen, it to be White's move. And currently it's my move. Okay. So I know that there's some way to make so there's some triangle I can make.
It's not queen e1, queen.
I think it's
queen
queen
e5?
d4. Yeah, it's queen d4, Sabina.
Okay.
And then you can't go king here because of mate.
Yeah.
So you go king here. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And then I go queen here.
Yeah. King back.
And guess what? Ta-da!
Yeah.
I made this, once again, the triangle.
But I could have gone king h1.
King h1, I check again.
Rook.
h2, then mate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, rook h2 mate on h. Yeah, so I just show that. So king h1 is not... And actually, so one of the variations in the Philidor is this position that this is mate. So let's go back. King h2. Queen
Ooh,
h8.
looks like the pawn was captured, and now we will see if we actually get this.
Okay, so Sabina,
Yeah.
so now White has all these moves, but we can already eliminate this because of queen e1, and we can eliminate rook c2 because of the similar zigzagging, I think.
Yeah. I think anywhere rook c2, rook b2, rook a2, you just give zigzags, right? Queen h.
So I want to do this, but there's no mate here. So I might do this way. I can zigzag it differently. So I can go here and then here. Okay. Does that help me at all?
Why don't you go queen g3?
Hold on, let me see. It might be. I'm trying to remember the right move here because I wanna get the queen on g6, right? Something like that. So I want. Oh, maybe this and then queen d6. That work?
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
King
right?
h1 though.
King h1.
No, queen.
Yeah, I win because So this works. So rook c2. I think I got it. There might have been an easier thing too. Yeah, even this is fine because after this I have queen g5, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but this is king e1. I don't want to allow that. All that stuff. Yeah. Hi, chess lover. So after here, I think we looked at this move right here, and then queen here. Yeah, we got it.
I like that.
So this is nice, and then rook b2 is where this one is easy because we can zigzag because I'm threatening to mate, and then
H1
and then we go like here and then here. That's winning, and then finally we have. Well, not finally, but this one. I think the same business, right? We just do this. Sorry, here, and then we win that. And then there's other rook moves. I think they're gonna be very similar, like this one.
That's directly queen d4.
Yeah, this one queen d4 and rook g8. I think we can do the zigzag this way, right, Sabina?
Yeah.
So like check here if you want to be like it's the same exact thing, but on the other side. I think so. Here, and then here.
B1.
And then this or this. So okay, so this is the fill out position, guys, for those who want to refresh their knowledge about the endgame. And we made so many moves. So what?
But they play. Let's catch up because Black was able to get the pawn.
Yeah.
For some reason, was White like so?
Guys, we're gonna get it right. Look at this. Oh no! What happened?
Go back first.
Yeah, sorry.
So was knight e2 necessary here? Couldn't White just sit with king h2 or something?
Maybe king h2 check.
And knight h3 or
knight h3. Maybe he doesn't want to be like in that position, queen h5 or something, right?
He wasn't sure about that pawn.
He wanted to maintain the status quo here.
But okay.
Although Sabina, what about king h2, king g3, like trying to
just come get the pawn?
Yeah. I think that's a better idea.
Yeah, because the king is far away.
Yeah, this king. I think White missed an opportunity here to go king h. Yeah. Although again, I don't know, some weird stuff, right? Maybe Black will be clever about this and check like that first, but how does that even
king
do?
h3.
Yeah. And then king.
I just do this.
Yes, exactly. Look at this. Yeah, that's crazy, but it might be.
I was gonna go king h3, but okay, fine.
Yeah, but if you go king h3, that's not the same, right?
Okay.
It's not the same. It's a little.
It's not the same.
It's insane stuff right now, right? But anyway, so white did give up the pawn, and then I think black should have taken with the.
Wait.
Oh, was that queen e4 there? But not that it matters, right? Maybe just I would take the pawn. That's fine.
Wait, why was that a blunder?
I don't know. Yeah. Is there some study like draw here?
Is there a stalemate? Knight c.
No. Why is the same 0.5?
Knight c1? No. What is happening in this position? Maybe that king stays in b1, like if I just go back to knight g1 and I just go rook g1, rook g2, rook h2.
Then the king comes out.
No, but
like
that's what
this.
he did. No, so how?
I don't know.
Rook
Sabina.
h2?
Maybe the idea is the king
Which
coming
move was
here?
it? I'm gonna check.
Yeah, it's move number 96.
96, okay.
I think maybe the white should use the time to get the king in the game.
King g1
King h2.
or king g1 and just
King g1, king f1.
I just get
So it's just slower. Black should maintain the pin. Still, okay, knight g1, white decides to not change the status quo here.
okay, fine.
And wants to
So-
what we analyze is going to come true.
Okay, let's see. Does he know to do the triangulation?
But the thing is now white decides to not do that anymore. However, weren't we scared of the queen takes g2 and then rook king
Yeah,
idea? So
yeah.
that's the reason why this is okay, he's trying now. I don't like that white messed up the structure, although it was losing anyway, right? But we're not gonna get what we analyzed. Okay, going back to that again. Okay, we're gonna get this. Oh,
okay.
okay. Now remember this position is
Alright.
supposed to be
with
supposed to be-
with
so,
white's turn.
yeah. So the triangle check,
queen
check,
b7
here.
back.
Okay, are we gonna see it?
No.
No.
That's not good. That's not good. How many moves have they made since taking in b2? It was move 96. It was move 96. Now it's move 118. So from 96, 50 moves is 146. Good luck with that. All right, we're gonna be.
By the way, that was winning,
move
right? Yeah.
146
If the
it
triangle was
doesn't have-
made here, it would have been winning. We analyzed it to death.
Yeah, rook h2 check. There's no escape. Nothing.
And now they're in Zook Swang. Game knight e2, queen g2. What was the move again? Knight h3. E2, right? Knight f2
Yeah, knight
check.
f2 check.
King here, knight takes e1 queen. That's what we
Queen,
analyzed.
and then it's queen check rook.
Yeah.
Check knight. So
And what
we
about
take
king here? We just check. And then knight e2 and here. And
Yeah.
it's over. So, yeah. So queen
Okay.
d5. By the way, this is
Alright.
10-second delay. It's an insane time control.
Yes,
10
they're-
seconds is nothing.
They're pretty long time.
Okay,
All
so
right.
So
It's
white
intense. I feel like nervous for them already. I'm not even playing.
current position is
Which move are they on?
move number
22.
122 of this marathon game.
24 games, 24 moves remaining.
By the way, white
24 moves, Gauri.
of what?
Since they took the pawn.
Oh, really? Let's
This was
see.
move 96.
96 the last capture.
Yeah.
So 96, which means 146, right?
6.
So
So
that's
it's
not okay. What
122.
they have? I think black is actually look at this. Knight G1 was the same setup, right? Or king. Sorry, not king. Knight G1, king H1 or something, right?
Yeah, king h1.
But white opts to change it up now, but probably not a good idea.
Well, but still, how do you progress?
Well, now I'm threatening to do.
92?
I even have some. If I can get this, I think I'm winning, right? So there's some ideas of like.
Well, I will still have 91, so I go 92 now.
Knight
But I
G1.
guess you could check me and then. I
check
don't know.
here or where?
Well, I need to. Can you move 92?
Okay, sure.
Oh, mate in 15? Okay, that's what it says.
Check,
How
check, and then queen here.
check.
How about them apples? then you
Oh,
go
that's
here.
nice.
But it's kind of getting weird, right? Or is that okay? No, it's not. It's not. It's not cutting the cake here. Wait. Hold on, wait. How about checking queen h3 and then rook g3 takes... Oh, is that winning, right? Checking queen h3? Because the king and pawn game is winning? Opposition.
Well, I move my rook to... I give you knight d4 check. And then I come back. Good luck.
But then I go king d... Okay, oh, okay. Oh! I can't go here.
I was waiting for that move.
Okay. Knight d4 check is so annoying. So
But
annoying.
he-
Okay. And, wow.
How did he get it? Can you go to see how they played it? Because
Yeah, right now the position is...
here...
Oh, there was this thing. Black is doing filler position with extra pieces.
Okay.
Maybe it
But
works.
wait, after king f1, isn't there like mate or something? No.
So Black is doing the filler position with the extra two
But we're-
pieces. It seems like king f1.
My question is, are these kids actually writing their game?
No, you're not allowed to. I mean, you don't have to.
Well, I know, but how is the he gonna
I
know?
think
if
there's
50
probably a
moves
TD
are-
that's counting
Probably,
the moves. Yeah,
right.
they do it for them.
Yeah.
But
Hopefully
how
they
many-
asked.
He has
about
21 more moves, right?
it. Yeah.
So why not check again? Because knight g1 check, Sabina.
Counter check.
Probably, right? Although that looks actually not that. That also looks not
King
so
f4.
clear.
King f4. I got the Zugzwang I wanted, Gauri.
Yeah. So knight. So after knight check, maybe it's
No, after queen h1 check rook g1.
Rook g1, then queen h3. King e1, queen h4. That looks close to winning. I wonder if that was the... I think queen h1 was better.
No, because rook g3. Like if you rook g3 check, you can't get the king and pawn in that case.
Uh-huh. Maybe I can maneuver my king to d3 then.
I think this kid is not gonna be very happy because so move 132 and but we still didn't find a mate in 15 that the engine was saying.
This is the current position, by the way. We have a few more moves. A lot more moves, actually, because remember, it's 10-second delay. So,
What? No, wait, why is that a blunder? Is there knight c1? Is it knight c1? Oh my god, knight c1!
Oh, it's a
Knight
draw.
c1! He didn't play it! He did not play it! Knight c1! Draw! You have nowhere... Oh! He missed it.
wow.
Oh my god, 136, 10 moves left. 10 moves. Is Black gonna be able to get back into that position with the queen? Does he have enough time? No, he keeps putting the king in e4. He didn't get the importance of
So,
putting...
how do I make sure the game is updated? Because it's not automatically updating anymore.
I don't know.
Okay, I'll just keep pressing the button.
Yeah,
Okay,
just-
fine. Right now, move 136.
Just press it. Click something. It's just gonna go by itself,
Okay.
Gauri.
So right now, it's... That triangle idea was so beautiful that Black could have won that game, right? After the triangle.
That was a really
Situation.
instructive.
Really instructive idea. And now we are only about 6 moves away from a 50 move rule draw.
No, mating 34 moves.
Not gonna cut it. Not gonna cut it. Not gonna cut it.
Oh my god.
Unless white, so Black needs to make a
7
pawn move
moves.
or a capture. So Black has to sack the queen for the rook or the knight or move a pawn. Gotta do one of those 3 things to keep the game going. Ideally,
What
you want
about
to sack the
queen
queen for
F1?
the rook.
So queen f1 with the rook g3, right? Queen f1, rook g3.
What are you talking about? Rook g6, king takes c2.
Oh yeah. So no, what did we say?
Queen f1, maybe knight g1
Knight
check,
G1,
and then
knight
just
G1.
knight back and forth, hoppity hoppity. You have a couple more moves. This is the position. Queen h4 is played. And queen d. Okay, sorry. So those are, we were here, right? Yeah, right here.
So we said
Knight d4 was played instead of
no,
knight
no,
g1.
but I said queen f1.
Oh, okay. He didn't play that.
It's like, okay, I don't care. I don't care about this. He didn't do it.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a draw because one more move, right? Is
If he keeps
somebody?
track of
Yeah,
it.
somebody gonna keep track of
We
this.
don't know about this. We don't have insider information.
But someone can go in and check, but it's fine.
We're on 10-minute delay.
Oh, yeah,
right
that's
now it's
So they were probably done.
Actually, king e5. Never mind, it's a move. Sometimes when you make a draw, they put both kings on e4 and
Oh, yeah.
e5. So I wonder if king e5 means like they're drawing the game and they're just like trying to put the king in the center, or if it actually is a move.
But does white know which move number they're on?
Again, the TDs usually kind of keep track of that because they also want to go home. So
Last game probably
Yeah.
in the tournament, and parents are waiting. What's going on?
okay.
Oh,
So this, I think it's.
let's go back and try to find. I'll keep this here so we can show people. If
I
there's
think
something.
even if white's not precise here with the counting, white has a
Yeah, the king
like
has been
6 moves
pushed.
in the tank before something happens. Like more than 6 moves before black can even try to get to a winning position. So no.
But can we go back? I want to find a mate in 15. I never tried to find
Okay,
a mate
so
that
it
long.
was that queen f1, right?
No, it was no. This was mate in 34. It was earlier. Go back more.
Queen e5, queen h5, queen h8. Okay, what's the big deal with queen h8?
But we had this position before. This was the position,
I don't
right?
know. He had
Yeah, we
this.
had this with king f1. This was mate in 15. Put the king in f1. Make that move, please.
No, but then it's queen a1.
Oh,
We didn't have this position.
we had some other position. With
We had some other position, but not this position.
Where was the queen?
What if I go? Sorry. What if I go knight g3? Mate in 8.
Okay.
Okay.
Mate in 8. Maybe that we can find queen h3. Queen h3.
Ah.
Yeah.
The problem is everything looks so similar. It's
Yeah,
hard
you
to
just-
everything looks so similar. So it's hard to zone in on a winning line, right? By the way, let's go to the current position. Actually, they've gone beyond the 50 move rule, guys.
Yeah.
Somebody's not counting.
That's.
Yes, chess lover, knight queen h3. So somebody's not counting.
Oh my God!
Wait, what? is it?
E2.
Wait, whoa. Wait, did he blunder? Rook g4 and then he blundered.
Oh my God!
But he should claim the draw.
He should claim. He should go
claim the draw right
She-
now.
Yes, go claim.
He should claim the draw. No, he didn't claim the draw.
it. It's too late.
Now we have
No.
another 50 moves. To play.
No, now it's two queens. Oh my God!
Oh, now it's two queens. Sorry.
That,
I can't
he
even get up
must
to.
feel
Yeah.
so bad.
Where should he be gone instead of b2?
So here
He should go like.
he should. Wait, it's still a draw.
Rook g1. What?
No, I think the engine is saying that you should claim the draw.
You should claim the draw. Yeah.
The engine.
I was like, the engine is like, you messed up, man. Claim the
the
draw.
best
Your
move is
last
to call it
chance.
TD. The best move is to call it.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, because as soon as you make the move, it's just like made. Oh, I feel for him. Like
Yeah, it's just.
he
I don't
he
know,
fought so hard. He fought so hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was such a.
I think the TDs are supposed to keep track. I mean, it's one game left, but it's not required. They're not supposed. They don't have to. It's the player's responsibility to
ask how many moves we made.
But with this 10-second delay, it's hard to, do all these
know.
things. So
And once you play the move, you can't go back and say I had 50
yeah,
moves.
I think if it's 30-second increment, then it's more of the player's responsibility. But if it's 10-second delay, I would have the TD help him out.
I mean, at this point, there is usually a TD who's just looming over the board.
Oh.
I guess that's it then. Game over.
But it's such a hard, like it really fought so much, White. But before the tournament, Gauri, if you checked the Instagram, you would have seen that I posted that video of us where we talked about chess is not a deservingly game.
Chess is not a fair game.
Yeah.
Life is
And-
not fair though.
What is
Chess
fair?
is the best preparation for life.
Oh. I don't even know what to say. It's just sad. I thought, it would end in a draw and we would just have a draw, but
It's a good lesson, to check the move counter. Sabina, until you mentioned that, I actually forgot about the 50 move rule. Although as a player, I probably will remember it.
yeah.
But that's a good call that you noted that how many moves to last until.
Yeah, you have
yeah.
to, especially like once you see that you can defend for a while, you need
Yeah.
to look back. But I don't know if he was keeping track because the thing is that
there's no score sheet. Yeah.
Yeah,
This
but-
time control is brutal.
but because the game is broadcasted, you can actually ask, I think, you can ask the TD to tell you what move your
Okay.
is on, and
So I think that's it, right? We don't have any more.
that was the final game. We wanted to let you know we'll be here tomorrow too, so come back, bring your friends, let people know that we're here. We're doing commentary for every event. Next event that US Chess is going to organize after this one is going to be the Pan American Championships, which actually take place in the United States, in Orlando, Florida. Gauri and I are very excited that we'll be back doing commentary together for that one too. So there's there's going to be quite an exciting summer with more tournaments, and then there's the US Open as well that will be broadcasted. So we do want you here. Let people know US Chess is streaming these events. We'd love to have you. As for tomorrow, since we're going to go over the last two rounds, the round starts at 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
So we'll be live around that time. There's a 10 to 15 minute delay. We're still trying to figure out how long that is, but we'll be here.
Yeah, 9:15 Eastern.
Yeah, Eastern time.
It'll be a 15-minute delay going forward.
Yes.
Minutes today.
Okay, 15 minutes.
So yeah, we will be starting our stream between 9:10 and 9:15 tomorrow.
So we'll be here. And then if you can't join us for the morning round, definitely join us for the afternoon round, which will start at 1:30 p.m. Eastern time with probably some of the most exciting games because, they're fighting for the
Heavy
titles.
day tomorrow. All right.
Thank you all.
Thank you all for watching. Have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye for now.